What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me, man. We got a good topic, man, today. I want to appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos. Sorry for the wait. I left a lot of people waiting. My fault. I got some kids. My son was crying, so it ran me off about 5 minutes. A little late than schedule. My fault, Trail. Uh, but nonetheless, man, I see Trail in the building already laying teams out on the floor. It's crazy. Um, but yo, I'm gonna tell you why Lonzo Ball at all cost must find his ass in the goddamn playoffs at all costs. Rico in the building. Shout out Rico. Shout out SMG Trail. Like I said, no matter what the hell Lonzo Ball has in mind, his ass better end up in the playoffs. It's point blank motherfucking period. You understand? That's the only way you get looked at in a different light. You understand? It's only so long guys can stay out the playoffs before. Okay, you need that experience because once you get that playoff experience, man, I'm telling you, your game just go to the next level. This coming season, I want you to evaluate guys that just went to the playoffs for the first time. These guys gonna just take it up a notch. Look at Devin Booker, for instance. He might mess around win a championship in his first go around in the playoffs. This guy Devin Booker is gonna turn into one of the most coldest assassins, clutches. I'm talking about he gonna be one of the most clutch players in the league after this is all over. Let him win this championship, mess around, get Finals MVP. Devin Booker gonna be a completely different player. You look at some that's just like a superstar type player. You look at some of these other players. For instance, look at some of the guys on the Knicks who just got that. People laughing at Julius. I'm telling you, watch Julius mess around, turn to a beast behind this. When you go to the playoffs, it's a different type of experience. The game is slows down for you. The regular season is a lot more easier. You're able to manipulate the defense more because you done seen it. You done it. It's still a level of defensive intensity that Lonzo Ball has yet to see in the NBA. When you get to the playoffs, the game is different. We haven't seen Lonzo Ball play at a playoff style quality play yet. We haven't seen that yet, and we need to see that. You understand? Dude said Lonzo isn't going to the Knicks. No, I got Lonzo going to the Knicks because, like I said, the Knicks got the money. If the Knicks mess around and overbid everybody else, why the hell wouldn't he go to the Knicks? I mean, damn, we got a squad. It is New York. You understand? So it is what it is. Him out there in Charlotte, in Chicago, not bad, like I stated. That experience, my man Zach LaVine, he in USA basketball, he gonna come back a different player. Like I said, when you playing at a different styles and levels of play, it only enhances your game into the next season. It always happens. You remember what happened last time when I believe it was the Redeem team. I think LeBron, Kobe, Wade, all of them went to the Olympics. Melo and all them dudes, they all came back different players to their respective teams. Melo came back an MVP candidate. LeBron, all them dudes came back playing defense because they learned from Kobe. They're gonna be up there learning from KD. Zach, his offense is gonna go to another game, another level. You got Bradley Beal there. They all could just take a little bit from each other. That's how the game worked. Dave was good. Zach, his offense is gonna go to another
bro, game. Flight Lonzo isn't going to the Knicks, bro.
Oh man,
y'all gotta tell the truth.
I got Lonzo going to the Knicks, but I didn't get too crazy tonight.
Huh?
I didn't say too much with Lonzo to the Knicks talk tonight, but what's going on, man? Why you don't feel like you're going to the Knicks?
Bro, it ain't happening, bro. We just got to put the context clues together, bro. The Knicks are going to go for a guard like Kyle Lowry or Spencer Dinwiddie. They ain't going for Lonzo. So everybody that want Lonzo, they're going to sorry to break it to y'all, man. He ain't coming there, bro.
Where you hearing this news from?
Huh?
Where you hearing this news from?
Bro, y'all just got to do you got to use your context clues.
No.
Nigga so said, here comes. He said,
no, they want him.
Party for Dave with the negative energy.
No, you're a remote said that. They want him. The Knicks want Lonzo. I think you're tripping, man. We'll find out. Hopefully, like I said.
Hopefully you don't go, man. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I mean, you think I don't know why you clamoring so much for Chicago, man. That's crazy to me. What's up? What, what's up with you in Chicago? So you a Bulls fan?
No, I'm not a Bulls fan, Fly. I used to be
Look,
Fly. I used to be a Knicks fan until we missed out on Michael Porter Jr.
oh man, that was crazy. They got Kevin Knox instead. I mean, dude was hurt at the time.
Oh
The
my
Knicks
God.
was just coming off of Morris Stoudemire and everything. You know, we couldn't take no chances. I wish they would have got him, but I understand what happened. They had to go with the safe pick, which was Kevin Knox. But damn, we could have got anything better than that. We could have got Shea
Embarrassing.
Gilgeous Alexander. I mean, damn.
Embarrassing, bro. That we didn't get Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, I said Dennis Michael Porter Jr. Bro. We made too
Yo,
much
so
mistakes, bro.
I got a
Lonzo ain't going
question.
to the Knicks, man. And if he goes down, his career's gonna go downhill, bro. He cannot go
Yeah.
there. His career will go
If
down.
Lonzo goes to the boat,
I disagree.
if Lonzo goes to
Continue.
the
Toxic
boat, what
community, hating ass fan base
like
too.
what would be their starting lineup? The Bulls lineup if Lonzo goes to the boat.
Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams. What's his name? What's that bro name? Bro, whoever the smart power forward is, and Vucevic, man, obviously, bro. I don't know who they gonna start at power forward though.
They're gonna have to trade. They're gonna have to get a better
Oh,
power,
you know
better
what they could
quality
do?
power forward. They're gonna need to
They
get them a
could
better
if they get
quality.
Lonzo Ball, they could trade that they trade Lowry
Hey,
for
but
like a
Fly,
good
you right,
player.
man.
They could trade
You
like
right, you
Lowry
right.
like
Like
5
Lonzo ain't Fly, you right. Lonzo ain't gonna get respected until he goes into the playoffs, man. For real.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's what I said. It's like you learn different things. It's like he still haven't seen that level of play yet. The playoffs is different. The refs, the officiating, everything. You got
There's
to
still
get that
people that don't even
experience.
know.
Facts, right?
It's start
There's still
time is
people that don't
ticking.
know
We got
that
to
don't
get
even
in the
know.
playoffs this year.
He says Zoe Collins. Bro, the Bulls aren't gonna get the Bulls have to get one person. They ain't gonna be able to afford Zach Collins and Lonzo, bro.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's two. That's two. That's a dude that wants 20 plus, and then you got another dude who wants 20. They ain't doing that. Trail. They gonna have to get one, bro. And Lonzo's their more needed player right now. They don't need Zach. I said Zach Collins, John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think
Fly, you're right.
John Collins is
D Book,
20.
D Book stock is went up, increased crazy, man. His price is going up, stock everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, D Book, he gonna be a problem.
He was, yeah, I was wrong about him, bro. He's tough.
I didn't see this either. I mean,
Yes,
I
he
knew he
is.
was good, but I didn't see all of this.
I
But you
know.
got Chris Paul.
I don't know
He
that.
gonna get all the credit, but I mean, dude is there too. You can't sleep on Book.
D Book, man, he's killing right now.
Yeah, I like Book. I mean, they got a team, man. They got a lot of they got enough. What's that light skinned dude that come off the bench? He a shooter.
Cameron Payne,
No, not him.
Cameron Johnson.
Yeah,
Cameron
that dude. Yeah, Cameron Johnson is a problem. They got a lot of low key dudes.
True,
You
like.
know,
But
dude
what
said
if
the
what if
Bucks
Chris
still
Paul
winning. I don't know. It's looking scary. It's looking
Like
scary
they
for
over,
the
man.
Bucks.
This their only year, man. This shit over.
if Chris
Let's be real.
We got Saka in the
if Chris
building. What's
Paul
going
gets
on?
another patch,
This
What's
their
good?
only
What's
year.
good?
This
What's
their only
good?
year of greatness. This the only year.
What's
They're gonna
good?
be done by next year.
What's your thoughts on this topic?
Yeah.
Did you hear anything, or you need to get filled in? Pause.
Yeah, you have to fill me in, man.
All right. It's like I said, we was talking about how Lonzo Ball got to make the playoffs. You know, just to take his game to the next level because the playoffs is different. The officiating, the playing, just everything. So, like I said, he still haven't even experienced that, and I feel like no matter where he goes, he need to find his ass in the playoffs next year at all costs.
Facts, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, about that. You know, you're not the only one that has said that before. Like even Magic Johnson said that himself. Remember when he was talking about Lonzo being a high IQ player, and he said that what he really wants to see is Lonzo in the playoffs. Like he wants to see what playoff Lonzo is all about because he saw sometimes himself in Lonzo when he drafted him, something like that type of way. Because the thing is, I agree, Lonzo must make the playoffs. That's why I don't agree with the Hornets. Because yeah, we all gotta go to the Hornets, but come on, the Hornets don't even know who their franchise player is, despite the franchise player showing himself. Like, let's be honest, guys. They don't even know who their franchise player is, despite the franchise player proving himself. This kid is about to win best
True.
overcoming player in best overcoming athlete as the only rookie representing the NBA. He's the only rookie representing the NBA in an award ceremony. Just think about that. But he's on a team that doesn't see him as a franchise player when everyone clearly knows he's that guy. So would you expect Lonzo to go to a team that treats his brother unequally when he's not even treated equally in his own situation? And then you want to rush because I was hearing so much Hornets. I watched your last live, even though I didn't get it. I watched your last live when someone was agreeing with Uncle Vern. I'm just like, there's no way Charlotte will work because it's the same thing as New Orleans. Lonzo would have to play a position that he's not used to. He would have to play off ball, or most of the time, Lamelo will be back at small forward, which everyone don't like. So it's either you let both brothers get their name separately, then come together and then establish dominance, or you rather see them play together while one will be second fiddle, like Giannis and his older brother, where Giannis is seen as the star and his older brother is just seen as the sidekick who couldn't contribute to anything. That's just what will happen with Lonzo and
Yeah.
Lamelo. So would you rather see that, or would you rather see both create their own legacy and one make the playoffs and people say, yeah, that guy's the real deal? Or would you rather see both play together and one being seen as the second fiddle? It's a
Yeah,
real
man.
question.
I mean, that's definitely a couple of good points, man. But like I said, me personally, I'd rather them go their own separate ways. He's only 23, Lamelo. He's in young 20s. It'll be another contract. You understand? I don't think they need to rush and do it now. You know,
Yeah, I agree,
they
man. I
haven't
agree.
yet to even enter their prime. So they have a lot of time to do that, and I think the later the better, as long as they don't get way up there in age. But the next contract,
That's my point, right? That's my point. I'm saying that let them
Yeah. The next.
separate, create their own legacy, so that because look at Giannis and his little big brother. Like the big brother who's supposed to be the guy that's better is seen as second fiddle or non-relevant, and people would say, "Well, he couldn't get anywhere because it took his little brother to get him there." Whereas, why not have them separate ways? I don't not trying to repeat it. Why not go separate, create your own path, and then you can even invite your younger brother to your own team. Like Lonzo, like I even think the best option he should go to is the Clippers. He matches his personality. But I would love the Knicks because Julius Randle needs his best friend's help. He needs his best friend's help. And Lonzo being his best friend, he needs to get in there and resurrect Julius Randle. Like Lonzo did with Miles Bridges. We need to resurrect Julius. And because Zach Levine is already good. Like Zach Levine is good. But Julius needs somebody that will resurrect his game. I
mm,
even agree with
make
Lonzo
the
and
game
Doug
easier.
McDermott. Yeah, resurrect his game.
I don't like the
Like the Knicks is
McDermott.
the
I don't
better
like
option,
the
but I
he,
prefer the Clippers because of his personality.
he
So
played
Kawhi
for
doesn't
the
play
Knicks.
point guard, but I would love the Knicks because Julius Randle needs the resurrection, and Lonzo's the guy to revive him.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I got a notification on Zach Levine and his contract.
Don't
It's
worry,
a,
Zach is staying,
yeah, I'm pretty sure they are because they're gonna pay him so much money.
but I have a feeling Zach would get Lonzo on the team. Lonzo, the way I'm seeing it, you know what, guys? You want to know the honest truth? The way I'm seeing it, Lonzo is going to the Bulls,
Uh, well,
and here's
everybody
why,
got
and
to
here's
go
why.
everywhere.
Forget everybody even saying Lonzo going to the Bulls or anything. Let's look at it like this: which team have allows young players to thrive and have more young players and gets them chance to succeed? Would you rather go to the Knicks where the coach is tough minded and will help Lonzo's game, or you rather go to a team where they're young and they will develop you into a player that you want to be. That's another thing you got to think about. Because if I'm Lonzo, I'm choosing the Bulls because the Bulls just makes sense for development. But if I'm looking for playoff experience and all that, Clippers it is. If I'm looking for team play and facilitating and being the leader, the Knicks it is. Because plus, brand wise, it will even up LeVar. So Knicks just makes sense for brand. Clippers, development and personality. Bulls, just development.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Liverpool was good.
Oh, go on, everybody.
Go on.
That's good, brother.
That's good.
What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, so I 100% agree with you that Lonzo needs to make the playoffs. Um, I like that he really needs to go. Honestly, I think he really needs to go to the Knicks, bro. One, because I already um turned my mind to the Knicks, to be honest. Like already said, yo, I need him at the Knicks. So that's one reason. And two, I just think that Lonzo is on the timeline of the Knicks. So I like the Clippers, the take, but the timeline isn't similar, right? With Kawhi being 30, bad knees, and Paul George being around 30 as well. Um, I like the fact that he has Julius, who is about 27. He has RJ, the same age as Zion, 21.
Yeah, yeah,
And even if RJ doesn't pan out, Zach Levine is a free agent next year, right?
yeah, for
So
sure, for sure.
right, so Zach Levine can always come over to New York. He can get rid of RJ, and you have the backcourt of Zach and Lonzo in New York.
But
And then
like Liverpool, you have a point. But I got to say this to you, man. Like I'm saying that Lonzo is more likely to go to the Bulls because development wise. But I want him to go to the Knicks because the Knicks just makes sense for his style of play, and he will have a coach that will toughen him up. Because if you know LeVar said it that Lonzo needs someone that will toughen him up and not baby him in order to succeed. So the Knicks is
right,
the perfect team. Yes, you have fibs that will be on your neck if you play like shit. Versus playing with Stan Van Gundy, who would just be like, yeah, I'm needed to do a couple of things, just play shooting guard and that's it.
and
Which
not
which
only
just
toughen
makes
him
no
up,
sense.
right?
Yeah, and
Not
we're
only
not
toughen
toughing them
him up.
up.
No, I'm
So
saying not
if you're
that,
looking for
but
toughness, Knicks it is. But
right, but
I'm
not
talking
only that, right?
personality.
There's an underrated aspect to it. That nobody talks about. Lonzo is a
Yeah.
player that is what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, he needs to always be on the court. He's that type of a stamina guy. I don't know what you guys call it, but like stamina person, right?
You see,
He,
oh, he has this. Yeah. So is
right.
Lamelo.
He needs to be on the court. Lonzo needs to play 40 minutes somewhere there every night. When he was at Chino Hills and when he was in college, he did that.
Hold
Right?
on, guys.
When he came to the NBA, Luke Walton started to sit him a lot, right? So that I think that affected his game. So with Tibbs is known for not sitting guys much, right? I think that's another perfect situation for him, where he'll be playing like 40 minutes a night. You get me? That is part of why he's such a good player
Yeah, that's what
because
LeVar used to
LeVar works
say.
on
You
his
got to play
stamina.
for. You got to play 40 minutes a night.
Right. I think that is a part of his game where he needs to play and ramp up to that to be a great player or to be the type of player that he was in college and in high school and all that. Right. So I think with Tibbs, everything honestly works in New York. The only problem I have with New York is that they're very half court dominant. But I think that Tibbs would be willing to change that and up the pace, seeing how New York flamed
You were
out in the
saying?
playoffs.
You were saying? Because I
Rico was
missed it.
good.
What's good, Rico? Damn, Rico,
What's
you
up,
there?
bro?
Yeah.
Liverpool was making a strong point, but I'm just saying that if Lonzo needs playoff experience and something that matches his personality, Clippers is there. But since he's young, I'd say go to a team like the Knicks and help them, and it will help his legacy. So I see where everyone is coming from. I just don't see the Hornets being there. They don't even know who the franchise player is when everyone knew who it is. So why would you choose the Hornets and then keep guys that are not even helping the team succeed, like keeping the Twins? Like whoever said the Twins needs to stay in Charlotte don't know what they're talking about. Those Twins needs to go back to the G League. They're not NBA material.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, I mean, is it the twins? You know, everybody like the twins. Some people hate them. I mean, it's crazy.
Nah,
I don't really mess with them
I
like
straight up just don't like them on the team. They can't buy a
that.
bucket to save their lives. Like I would rather have guys that are not consistent and can make shots than guys that can barely even make shots in a single game. Because
You know,
we're in the era of scoring, so why would you have guys that are good for nothing on the offensive end? Just makes no sense.
yeah, don't. Yeah, that's a fact. I don't know, man. We're gonna find out. But you talking about Lonzo going to Chicago, right?
Yeah, I'm saying he's more likely to go to Chicago, but I would rather love to see him in the Knicks jersey.
I
Well,
I'm
wonder what's
seeing
gonna.
it. He's going to Chicago though,
well,
especially with Billy Donovan.
something
I
like
wonder
that.
what's gonna happen since like I feel like
Yeah, in like
I feel like
another
he
week
should
and a
bring a
half,
shooting coach
I'm
with
gonna
him
say something when y'all
because
done.
like
Like even one guy even said the main
so
reason
you
he said
remember
Zoe and Zach are friends. So exactly, but he and Julius Randle are also best friends. So that's
I
another
don't know
issue.
how good. I know they cool.
you have flight.
Yeah,
You remember like Fred Vinson, his shooting coach.
yeah. What about?
I
Uh
wonder
huh.
like if he's gonna be able to bring him with him to like wherever he goes.
I don't know.
It's like I don't know with the Fred Vincent. Man. I think the New Orleans Pelicans want to hire Fred. Like here's the thing. I'm not gonna make this prediction, but I have a feeling it's probably gonna happen. If they don't hire Teaspoon, they're more likely gonna give Fred Vincent the job in order to convince Lonzo to stay. Because they'll say, well, we hired a coach that actually helped your game be better, so why not stay with us and we'll improve you. That's just my own theory with Lonzo staying
Uh,
in the Pelicans.
I don't know,
But it's just
cause
better to go in the playoffs for that.
David Griffin called him a role player. I don't think he's gonna stay at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stay either. But I'm saying that they're using Fred Vincent. It's just like this. Let me give you an example. Remember when I was talking about the Gian Antetokounmpo brothers earlier, using it as an example for Lonzo and Lamelo teaming up. I'm gonna use that example again and say they signed the Bucks signed Thanasis to convince Giannis to stay. So they wanted to keep Giannis. And I said, oh, let's keep Giannis. Let's sign his brother to say, you know what? Why not stay? That would just help hit them, and they will satisfy the franchise player. So what it, you're gonna see a similar thing. Let's sign Fred Vincent because Fred Vincent helped Lonzo improve. So we're gonna use Fred Vincent as the tool to keep Lonzo. But I don't think he's gonna agree to that.
Yeah,
I
what we
don't think
gonna
the
do?
Pelicans want to keep Lonzo though, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I think
I,
they'll kind of make their mind up.
right. I
We'll see
think
on draft
They
night
need to
too.
fire David Griffin, bro. I don't even care, bro.
that's what needs to
If
happen.
they
If
dead
Lonzo
serious.
stays, it has to be David Griffin that goes.
I agree. David Griffin needs to be gone
But
because
why can't they just
David Griffin
why
has
can't
been
they
a
just
hindrance to
realize
the
it's all
team.
David Griffin's fault?
No, David Griffin has been a hindrance to the franchise since he was ever signed in the first place. Like these dude thought, oh, I want to ring with LeBron. Now I'm a genius. Like, dude, you didn't do anything special. LeBron literally carried the damn team, and I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm a Kobe fan, and I know like LeBron literally carried the Cavaliers to a ring. just for David Griffin to think he was a genius and fuck everything up in New Orleans. And what is with that? Point Zion. Like, you ever find it funny that
24 seconds, you got it.
every coach, no, every coach that he has hired, he always want to make sure they run the play through Zion, which would just end to Zion being injured. Like, come on now, Zion already got injured in his rookie season. You're gonna injure him
I
again
don't
by
really.
letting him play point guard. It's just a question. Like, you're gonna have your franchise player playing point guard when he's a natural power forward, and then you're gonna have your point guard who is a natural point guard and have him play shooting guard when he's not really good at it. It just makes no sense. Like, David Griffin gotta go.
Man, that's
He's
old.
ruined franchises. He's ruined franchises. He ruined the Cavs after they won a ring.
Shout out J-Mo in the building.
I don't
That's
understand.
good,
Like, I
Jamo.
don't understand. Like the most surprising part, like of this, like last season was when they got Kyrie Lewis Jr. But I couldn't believe they got Kyrie Lewis Jr.
Yeah, they needed
Okay,
a they
that was
needed a
crazy.
guard. They needed a guard, a small forward, and then they drafted a guard. Make
Nigga,
it make sense.
and then yo, you wanna know where they messed up? They messed up when they traded Drew Holiday. Like they got nothing for Drew Holiday.
No, no, yo, Drew Holiday getting traded, that's a personal thing. Like, Drew Holiday wanted out. He's tired of he's tired of contending for an 8 seed. Like, so I understand the Drew
Well, I
Holiday
mean, look
trade.
at him now.
But I feel like the problem is not Drew Holiday being traded. It's the problem was trading JJ Redick. Think about it. JJ Redick was their best shooter where they could have run point Zion with.
Mm,
Why the hell would you trade him?
Yep.
Like, you traded two of your best shooters in Drew Holiday and JJ Redick, and you now have a guy who clogs the paint and a guy who's so rusty at even shooting the basketball, and your best shooter is Lonzo Ball. Make it make sense.
They literally have no
And
shooting
you
around
still want to
Zion.
run that dumbass point Zion shit when, like, you want to know what's even funny? When Lonzo used to facilitate the ball, do you know that Zion shot threes more consistently in his rookie season than he ever did in his sophomore season? With point
no.
Zion cannot shoot a damn three. But without point Zion was shooting threes like crazy and making them. He made 4 threes alone just with Zion Lonzo facilitating. He made 4 straight threes in 1 quarter.
Cause
Just
Lonzo
with
be
Lonzo being
feeding
the
him.
point guard.
I get Fly. I have a question though, right?
What's
I
good?
can't believe
If
that.
and when Zoe inevitably goes to New York, hopefully cross fingers, right? What's the team that you want to see around him, like in the first and second year?
Well, I mean, for the first year, I mean, I say you just get Lonzo and then you run this team back, and then let's see
Yeah.
how he fares with them. Um, Shooting, you need shooting. That's what I would say. Number
Yeah,
one, and maybe add
actually,
some
I
extra
agree, Fly.
shooting. The
Shooting
defense,
and
yeah. I mean, but to be honest with you, like I stated, in the ideal situation for me, I want Lonzo to go with another player. I want him to go with Lonzo or DeRozan, Lonzo, and just another
yeah,
scorer or something, somebody
yeah, Fly,
else.
yeah, Fly.
I
But
mean, they got
even
a
if
lot
there
of.
Yeah.
is nobody else, I think he could
Guys,
build.
want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny again? You know,
Wow.
according to Lonzo's draft report, you just said something that actually reminded me of Lonzo's draft report, which is that in his draft report, it said that Lonzo needs someone that can create for themselves and others in order to succeed.
Right.
So this brings the question: why the hell would you trade Drew Holiday? Like, that's Drew Holiday for you. And then you have JJ Redick who can do the same thing off the bench. You traded him too. Now
Um,
Lonzo has the chance, and I. That's why this is why I've been bringing the goals. And you can bring up Jamo because Jamo actually hit everything I was gonna say. And hit it. He
yo,
hit it.
hit the
He
like
hit the
button,
nail in the
everybody.
coffin.
Hit the damn like
Jamo
button.
like Jamo hit the nail in the coffin by saying that Billy Donovan lets his players play free, and that would really help Lonzo. So I was saying, play style, Bulls is the best option. But if you want brand popularity and helping teams, resurrecting teams, it's best to go to the Knicks because it'll help with brand.
Fight.
Yeah.
Remember that ESPN video where I think it was Richard Jefferson. He was like Lonzo Ball. I don't he was like he believed that Lonzo Ball couldn't like pass anymore because he was playing much like more of a 3-and-D type of role.
I don't know, man. You said he want lines on more 3-and-D type of role.
Yeah, and he said that he doesn't believe that he can pass anymore.
He don't think that he can pass it. Pass what?
The
Pass the ball,
basketball.
I
He's
think.
not a good passer. Yeah,
No, that's not true. I mean,
there was an
he's,
actual video. There was a whole video on ESPN saying that, bro.
but to be honest with you, the way New Orleans was playing him, outside of looking in, who not really following the situation, they would say that because they don't understand the circumstances of why that's happening. Like I stated, he playing with 4 or 5 other point guards. Point Zion, Brandon Ingram got to get his fair share of touches, bringing the ball up the floor. I mean, damn, for the most part, Lonzo's passing the ball and going to the corner for about 50% of the time. He got to get real hot in order to really just take full control. If he don't get hot, they're not gonna let him take full control. So it's like if he didn't hit 2, 3 threes in a row in the first quarter, then it's gonna be a tough night for him because everybody's gonna be trying to break the ball up for him. Josh Hart, there was a couple of people. It was crazy. He calling for the ball and they going to the next person. I mean, a lot of that was happening.
In the beginning of the season, Brandon Ingram was point guard. Then in the middle of the season, Zion Williamson started playing point guard. Like I couldn't understand.
Yeah, I don't know how they do the Zion point guard shit because he's not even in the shape to be doing all of that. In my
That's what
opinion,
I'm saying. Like they'll just injure Zion.
I can
See,
see if he.
David Griffin is a dumbass. Like he's got to go. He's a dumbass. Just let David Griffin go. Stop keeping him. This nigga is paying 3 coaches, and you're still keeping him. 3 coaches. Like, think about it. The only coach to ever coach Lonzo and understand that playing through the point guard matters more than anything is Alvin Gentry, and Alvin Gentry does not agree with Point Zion. That's why I think he got fired. He does not agree with playing Point Zion because he knows playing Point Zion makes no sense.
How did David Griffin think it was a good thing to hire a 60-something-year-old coach to put against like 20-year-olds?
Like the problem is not hiring a 60-something-year-old coach. Like, look at it. Guys uh, guys that are even in a much higher age, like Greg Popovich, knows how to coach. And Greg Popovich makes sure that his players have enough rest and time to recover, and he gives them time to better themselves while also developing their games. So it's not about you need to be point guard. No, the problem is Van Gundy wanted to run Point Zion because he wanted to appease to David Griffin. Because he was, think about it, out of all of the coaches that was interviewed, he was the only one that saw Point Zion. Basically, David Griffin wants to be the coach, GM, and everything, and it's costing him wins. We saw the same with LeBron. I gotta be honest, like the reason why LeBron didn't win anything since he won his last ring in with Cleveland till he got to LA was he was trying to do everybody's job, and it hurts him.
We got J-Mo in the building. What's good? My bad, I didn't see
That's
you.
good, J-Mo. That's good.
What's good? Can y'all hear me all right, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
What's
what's up,
your
man?
thoughts?
Yeah.
No, what's good, y'all?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on this topic?
No, man, like I had put in the chat, I didn't even know, but Billy Donovan was talking about his offensive philosophy earlier this season. And like when I actually look at what he said, it just makes sense more. Like obviously the team isn't as good as some other teams, and they got a lot of organizational problems. But what he says, he wants players to run, move, and cut. And his whole philosophy is to let the players make the right reads and everything. So basically, he's letting the players make all the decisions. And when you look at what Chris Paul did there, it was like CP3 was able to just do what he wanted to do, and they were successful. So when you put Lonzo on a team like the Bulls, being able to play point guard, being able to set up all the plays and make the decisions, even if the decision is to, let me just hand the ball to Zach and go sit in the corner. When you're doing that, that's when he's able to maximize his talent. Because going back to high school and UCLA, that's what Lonzo was. Lonzo wasn't a system. He wasn't a half court offense, transition offense, all of these fancy pick and roll. No, it was just he's gonna go out there and play. And every time it was a great result, and he had it. The problem was early in his career, he just didn't have all the skills yet. But now that he's worked on his game, I mean, if you give him the free reign, I think the Bulls is the team that's gonna give him the most free reign. And when it's talking about his career and him being the most successful, it's gonna translate into wins because it always does. Every time Lonzo is given free reign, it translates to wins. It's happened on the Pelicans when everybody got hurt his first season. Even when BI's been out and he's able to have a little bit more of the offense besides the crazy Bledsoe, that's on SBG. So when I'm looking at it like that, he definitely should go to the Bulls. We don't know what team he's going to go to, but it's just going to be like he's going to have the most ability to be himself. And that's the way to get the best out of his game because now he can score the ball now. So we'll see. His number in a Bulls uniform would be crazy.
I agree, man. Like
So
I
you got
agree.
you
I
got
agree, J-Mo.
Lonzo going to Chicago.
That's right.
What'd you say?
You want Lonzo to go to
I ain't gonna lie.
Chicago?
Yeah, after reading that about Billy Donovan and remembering him playing with Westbrook and CP3, Lonzo is probably the player he is besides CP3, of course, but he had an older version, not necessarily the more athletic CP3. He's never really he's the perfect player for Billy Donovan's system. He's an all-around player. IQ is legendary according to Magic Johnson and LeBron James and other players. You know what I'm saying? He has the height, he can shoot the basketball, he can score the basketball, and he can set up every player, and he's always gonna make the right decision. And he does all the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. I mean, of course, certain coaches would love him, but a guy like Billy Donovan, it's just like a perfect fit for him. You know what I'm saying? So I just think put Zoe there, man. It'll be a little bit different. I know a lot of people might think Vucevic and Zach LaVine to get all the usage, but man, players is tired of losing, bro. And when a real player comes there, I'm telling you, people think Vucevic and Zach LaVine want to take 1,000 shots. No, they want somebody to set them up so they can get shots and go home at night, man. Like
J-Mo, you're on some great shit, man. You're on some great shit. Because honestly, I've said similar stuff. I said that in terms of development and great development wise, Lonzo would be in the Bulls uniform. And I've said it that Lonzo's more likely to go to the Bulls than the Knicks because the Bulls is just something that makes sense for what he's gonna be able to do. But I was saying that if you wanted to, for his personality, the way he is as a person, Clippers it is, and playoff experience as well. But with Billy Donovan and his prophecy, yeah, that's.
I would say for his personality, probably New York after that. But the Clippers, the Bulls, and New York are all really big markets. He only went to a small market because he was traded there. Now that he is a restricted free agent, he'll be able to go somewhere else. But like I said, it's not like the Bulls is the best team or Billy Donovan is the best coach. But when Zoe, it's about the freedom of Lonzo, and that's the thing that's made him special since day one. Him being able to play his style of basketball. And we've already seen him do it in the league. We've seen Lonzo take a group of bums and just be a good team. Like you saw what he did to the Clip. Like he took me, you, and Flight and was like, "All right, y'all, we about to go run the Clippers out the building real quick." Like that's the type of stuff that he needs to have the freedom. And like when I think about Zach LaVine and watching him play basketball with no point guard, like we don't really know how good he could be if he had a little bit of help, you know.
Yeah, and he's gonna be an even
Good
better
point.
player because he's in the Olympics now.
Who you talking about, Levine?
Yeah, he was an
Yeah,
all-star.
He's gonna be a way better player because he's
Well,
in the
well,
Olympics.
you think Vucevic is that guy?
I don't think Vucevic is that guy, but he a third guy? Most definitely.
Yeah, he's good though. He can play.
Yeah, like Vucevic is like a third guy that can step up in a big playoff game like Brook Lopez did, just because he can score the ball. You know, you gonna need that. But if they want to move him, hey, go ahead. But if you don't, I think if you keep Vucevic and you add Zoe and some other pieces, they definitely could be a playoff
Yeah,
team
and then they could trade
easily.
They
They can move some other pieces. I probably would, unless they don't want to keep Vucevic. I probably would try to keep him. You know, if I'm bringing Lonzo there. Because he fits Lonzo's game. I mean, he's a pick and pop forward that can also pass a little bit. He's not a defender.
Yeah, and
so
Lonzo
you go
Lonzo
get
has
some
developed
defenders.
that pick and roll game. Lonzo has
Yeah.
developed that pick and roll game. So yeah, that should
Yeah,
work.
when Zach LaVine's on the bench and Zoe and Vucevic pick and roll, like, come on, this is gonna be a nightmare for people.
No, I don't think Lonzo should come off the bench because, like I said, Lonzo's a guy that's a guy that plays a full minute. He has that stamina. So
No,
is
I
his
didn't say
little
he
brother.
should come off the bench though.
Yeah,
When you said,
there's no way he's
oh,
coming.
I
are
said
you
when Zach
talking
LaVine,
about?
I said when Zach LaVine's on the bench, that Lonzo and Vucevic pick and roll is gonna be nasty.
There's no way they're gonna.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but
said.
what about them starting and
That
sharing
would
the
be
ball?
a good role.
I would love it, but what about them sharing the ball like what they do
Lonzo's
with
gonna play
Westbrook and
point.
Harden?
LaVine plays shooting guard now, even with Satoransky out there. So it's not like he doesn't dominate the ball as much as people think. He actually scored a lot off ball shooting threes, and then he just drives to the rim when you
Yeah,
start focusing on his
see
three.
that. We all see that. I'm
So
talking about switching the ball, like sharing responsibilities, but most of the time it's always Lonzo facilitating. So Levine still does all the
No,
stuff.
Zach LaVine is like basically like Devin Booker. It's basically like how he's playing, like how Devin Booker's playing right now. He could play the same way with Chris Paul.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why we wanted Lonzo playing with Devin Booker when we found out he was interested in Phoenix. I was like, oh, okay.
But you know what's so crazy? Look, LeVar Ball called for that Phoenix shit way before Phoenix even got popping. You know, so I mean, you know, Lonzo could have been in a good situation. Believe it or not, people thought that shit was funny when they was talking about Lonzo going to Phoenix. You know, but what I will say is this: in about another week or so, I need to write everybody's teams down that they talking about. You know, because I don't want no misconfusion. You know,
Yeah.
Come free agency when he signed with the Knicks. I know we got everybody who said he was going to the Bulls. Talking about, I told you he was going to the Knicks.
I didn't say where he was going. I just said where he should go. Though.
Chicago.
He definitely should go there. I don't know.
I don't want to take your time. In about another week or so,
if he goes, he goes to the Knicks, they gonna end up being the top 3 seed.
So y'all evaluate the situation, take your time, figure out where he's going, and another week, I'm writing everybody's team down.
I don't care if he goes to the Bulls or the Knicks. I don't care if he goes to the Bulls or the Knicks.
I just feel like it's important that he goes to the Knicks.
Too. Everybody in the chat, I'm writing everybody's teams down. That's my word.
You for real though? You for real right now? Like you for real on this?
Because I already know how it's gonna go. I gotta get this. I gotta get this.
Me and J-Mo already agreed on the same team, man. Like me and J-Mo are on the same page with the teams. But I'm with you on the Knicks, but because the Knicks doesn't make sense for
and if I'm wrong,
what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna pay.
I'm rocking with J-Mo on the Bulls.
We don't know what team he's gonna go to though. But if he goes to the Bulls, he'll have the best numbers, 100%. But if he goes to the Knicks, it's not like it's not gonna work out. Tibbs is gonna play them all the time, and they gonna destroy people.
Man, work out everywhere.
I don't need Zoe to have the best numbers. I need Zoe to win, bro. Like no cap.
Yeah,
Liverpool
guys.
Zach LaVine and Vucevic, 100%.
Exactly. I'm Liverpool. You need to understand something. Liverpool. Let me tell you something straight.
They don't play no defense.
No one cares nowadays, especially with fans. They don't care nowadays about which man passes 25. You can have 20 assists a game and to drop 1 point. People would only care about that 1 point you drop.
Not New
And they'll
York
say
though.
you
I
play
mean,
like
I would agree with you if it was any other team, but with New York, if Zoe wins a
even in
chip,
New York.
no, if what I'm
New
saying
York
is if
fans do
Zoe
that same
wins,
shit.
no, if Zoe wins with New York, he's legendary, bro. Like
Wow,
literally, he would go down in folklore
wow,
as the
man.
New York
greatest.
fans do that. New York fans do that, but Flight is one of the only Knicks fans that I've seen that has been objective and
I
Oh,
understand
understanding
that.
of things like that. So
What
that's
I'm
why.
saying is, bro,
I could get real crazy too. You know, I could get my mind could get crazy. You know, Knicks fans we think absurd. You know, so I might have my
Man,
I can
days.
tell.
man,
it's
let me tell you,
important for Zoe to
let me
win.
tell you something. If Lonzo go to New York, win a championship, they'd be
Oh
talking about
man,
They'd be talking about
It'll be
this man
done.
for
man,
the next 50
Right.
years. They'd be talking about Lonzo.
It will be done. It will be
I'm gonna break
done.
down the ten.
Oh
It'll
no,
be
that's not
done.
gonna happen.
Knicks win a
It'll be
championship.
done.
Bro, there would be people asking if Zoe is a top 5 player of all time.
Man,
If
they
he
might
won chip,
call him the best player in the league. You know,
they would they
it'd be
would
crazy.
literally say that.
It'd be crazy. We understand. We understand that, but
Yeah,
you know,
But what I will say is the NBA now, as we can see, when
that's the
once
thing.
LeBron and possibly KD, I don't know when KD and them slow down because they all clicked up. But eventually the game is gonna open up in the future where you don't know who the hell could be in the finals. You know, teams like the Knicks could go on a run and make it to the finals. Teams like the Hornets could add a couple of pieces here and there, and they end up in the conference finals fighting for their way to the championship. You know, I mean, eventually that's going to be the case when some of these teams slow down and these big stars fall off a little bit. Because I like the
Yeah,
NBA
big point.
finals where you don't really know who's going to win. I like the ones that the Nets got eliminated. You really didn't know. The Hawks could have fucked around and snuck
And
their
there's so
ass.
many good players in the league now.
Say what?
There's so many good players in the league right now. So
Yeah. Yeah, the NBA is crazy, man. There's a bright future. Yep. So nobody got him going to the Hornets.
Oh, I've even thought
Hell
think the
no.
Hornets is a bad option. I just
So
said it.
why is the Hornets a bad out?
maybe
Lonzo's gonna be
Ned,
second fiddle to his brother.
Lonzo.
no,
Okay.
he's not.
All right.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't be
Oh
second
my
fiddle.
god.
I
But
want to hear J Mo. What's your thoughts on Lonzo Charlotte situation?
Well, I don't think he's going there or anything, but if he played with LaMelo, he's not going to be second fiddle, man. It's just like them playing in the
He
backcourt is
will
going to
be.
be something that people just don't understand. But I think it. I mean, if you're playing
You
with
gotta
LaMelo, it's gonna
understand the
work, man.
coach,
I'm one
Borrego.
of the people that believes in the coach. Borrego is gonna play Lonzo at point. That's what he's gonna do. Lonzo
And then
plays
Melo's gonna
defense.
be small forward. Melo's gonna
Okay,
play
well
small
let
forward because of
okay.
Rozier
Lamelo can
is
play.
starting.
He can play three positions. So you know,
Yeah.
Is the thing is just that they need to figure out who's gonna play shooting guard, either Rozier or Lamelo, because
and I don't really
even
know if Rozier will be there
they
if
need to
Lonzo
find
is
the
there.
identity. They got
Nah,
you
he's
see
done.
that's the thing. You gotta understand they don't even know who's playing what. Like they had Lamelo playing small forward to start his very first game as a starter. You expect this kid to be playing point guard fully when his big brother is gonna be there, who's a natural point guard. Like
No, he's not
that's
gonna
just
play
the
point
thing.
guard fully. Like
That's
any player playing with Lonzo isn't gonna play point guard fully.
thing is that the reason why I say that Lonzo will be second fiddle is not because of in terms of the play. I'm talking in terms of the fans. Because there's
I
so
don't
many
care.
NBA
I
fans
don't
that
care
would
about
have the
that.
mindset. There'll be NBA fans that have the mindset of thinking like, well, Lonzo can't win without his brother. Just think about that. Why not Lonzo
I
win without his little brother? It's best to just win without his little brother and be himself, rather than have his little brother be this hero every single time. It just makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think at the end of the day, it's best to win. So if he goes
Yeah,
there and win, that's all that matters.
Who-
All that other stuff, I can care less about.
You think they can win this show?
Hello. I think if Lonzo and Lamelo play together, they can win 3 chips. Bro. Like I'm telling you, they'd be unstoppable. That's just what I think.
How?
Because I feel like they're gonna elevate because I still believe Lonzo is just scratching the surface. And I mean, Lamelo is a freaking star. Simple as that. And when you have two, if you have two players that good on the same team, you've never seen a 6'7" point guard that can play two guard like LaMelo, and then that can score the ball, amazing passer, very energetic on defense. You know what I'm saying? All the things that he gives you at 6'7", and then you have Lonzo playing on both ends of the court, still being able to score the ball. We've seen them do this before. It just we don't think they can do it in the NBA for some reason. I just don't know why. Because like I said, I've seen Lonzo take a group of bums and beat teams. I've seen LaMelo take a group of bums on Charlotte and beat teams. You put these two together, they're gonna be unstoppable. That's just my personal opinion. Not everybody feels that way, but I mean, and you can put them together, you know, later on in their career. But if those two brothers playing together, like it's over. That's just what I feel. Because they just gonna take each other to the next level, man. You've never had two passers that good on one team, let alone being brothers who've already played basketball together before. It's just like something that the NBA has never seen nothing like that ever.
Yeah, and the NBA media is quite biased. That's the thing that I'm worried about. I don't mind if they play together. I'm just like the NBA media is so stupid to the point that you would have them thinking, well, they need to play as a team instead of looking out for each other. You know, that mindset gotta go when it comes to the media. There's nothing wrong with them playing those two playing together. There's something wrong with the media perception of those two playing together. That's the thing I'm trying to warn you guys about. That's why I don't agree with Charlotte. The media perception.
I can't look. He could go to the Knicks or the Bulls or wherever, but him playing with his brother, I can't.
I don't even see it.
Well, you don't think it's likely?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people feel like it's likely.
I don't know if it's likely. I really don't know about that because it's like it comes down to like money and things like that. But if they did put, I mean, you put Lonzo and LaMelo together, it's gonna work. Like that's all I got to say about that.
I think we're only seeing like media attention about it because it's free agency and Rich Paul is driving up the price for so. You feel me? That I think that's the only reason why we're seeing all this Charlotte talk about Lonzo going there. But honestly, I don't see it happening at all. I think it really comes down to two teams, and it's the Bulls and the Knicks. And whoever has the most money, that's it. That's how I feel it is.
Yeah, I think
Well, we're gonna find out.
So, Flight, how much money y'all got?
I don't know, but I know we got more than everybody. I don't have the exact number. Well, I know is the Knicks gonna have the most cap space, if I'm not mistaken. The Knicks gonna be a threat, you know. But the Knicks, what's gonna happen with the Knicks? We stated this yesterday when we was in the chat. But once you the Knicks might shoot themselves in the foot by just trying to get everybody. You know, you got the Knicks are in talks about Damian Lillard. Just Mo was in here talking about the Knicks messing around and getting Donovan Mitchell. I mean, the Knicks going to get this one. I mean, everybody, the Knicks got their hand in everybody. Pause. Like they're trying to get everybody. You know, so it's like you don't know. That's where the Knicks could screw themselves by not prioritizing Lonzo Ball. Maybe once free agency start, they looking at somebody else. They monitoring the trade market. 2-3 days go by, Lonzo done sign somewhere else. See, that's how it's gonna get tricky. You know, the Knicks need to lock into one target and do what they need to do. You know, but the Knicks, they're a different organization now. So a lot of people think the Knicks just about to trade everything, but I think the Knicks might go for Lonzo. Like that's a good foundational building block. You know, that's how the Knicks got to do it. They just build brick by brick. You know, stop trying to just get the whole house right away. You know, brick by brick. That's how the Knicks go.
What you said is why he should go to the Bulls, though. You don't want a team that isn't your number one priority.
I understand, but the
Bulls want him.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, the Bulls don't play no defense, and I don't like Billy Donovan.
Okay, so did you think that Lakers team rookie year was a good defensive team? that
Well, I
Lonzo
mean,
was on.
well, it was the West, and no, there wasn't. To answer the
Yeah,
question.
but when he was playing, they were ranked 10th defensively. So I've seen him elevate some teams that couldn't play no defense.
Yeah,
Okay,
but he didn't elevate the Pelicans, did he?
but it's a
So
I
couple of
it's
mean,
just
guys.
a
that
one
was
thing.
Who that played defense? Him and
the
Patrick Williams.
Hey man, oh my God, the Pelicans. That's Van Gundy. I already done
Oh,
I'm a
come
Pistons
on.
fan, so I told people about him before it was gonna happen. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be your worst nightmare. Told people, but so I'm blaming him for that. He's consistent with that.
My favorite Pistons fan.
Hey, yo, Flight, fill me in, bro. I just hopped on, bro.
Uh, well, pause. I mean, well, listen, we talking about why Lonzo Ball pretty much has to get his ass in the playoffs next year because you know, it's a certain type of level of play in the playoffs. Like I stated, the coach is different coaching schemes. You got different officiating. Just the complete style of play is different, and it's just Lonzo has experienced that level of play yet. As much as we feel like he's a comp, he still has not played
Right.
that level of play yet. So at all costs, he got to get to the playoffs, man. No matter what team he signs with, that's pretty much the main topic. But we just going all over the damn place, really.
I got you. Now that's facts, though, man. Once we see what he got in the playoffs, man, that's really what you find out because regular season ain't got shit on the playoffs, man.
Exactly. Like, ain't nobody care about the
People really
regular
don't even play.
season.
People really don't even play defense in the regular season until the playoffs, bro.
I don't think people don't play defense in the regular season. I just think that defense in the regular season is not as strong as the playoffs because the mind games is not that tough
Yeah, all I'm
like
saying,
that.
all I'm saying is they just be going extra hard, bro. They really start playing for real, for real.
Yeah,
They games
playoffs is where it's at.
Yeah, playoffs. He got to get to the playoffs at all costs, man. I don't give a shit what's going on. He got to get his ass to the playoffs. Period.
Yep. Yep.
I don't care where he signed. He's staying in New Orleans. They better be in the playoffs because what's going to happen is a narrative is going to start to form. You understand? These guys been knocking on the door of the playoffs for the last 3 years now. Even when they was in LA, they just slightly missed the playoffs. Last year in New Orleans, before the bubble, I think if the bubble and the virus and all that shit, I think the Pelicans would have been in the playoffs because they was trended in that direction. Then they come up with this new stupid rule about the play in, and they go to the bubble. When they get to the bubble, they done lost everything. They lost all their rhythm. So then they missed the playoffs this year. You could have made the playoffs. You competing down the stretch, but it's just like you screwed up so many games in the regular season. The season is already shortened about 10
See,
games.
the plane
So
was a
you can't.
system created by the NBA to just get someone like a Zion in the
Well, yeah,
playoffs,
well, he didn't. He,
and it didn't
he didn't
work.
take the rope. He didn't. He wasn't able to hold up his end of the bargain because that's why they did that shit last year with the bubble and they put.
But that Pelican team had no focus at all. No roles were established, and the roles switched every other week. So SVG had them all over the place. If they had damn near almost any other coach, they probably would have made the play. They might have made it with Gentry again. So
Yeah, but Gentry would have probably had to been
They
the
would
club.
have most definitely made it with Gentry, man. Most definitely, bro.
Gentry was Lonzo's
because
best player.
Lonzo would have got so much better, so Gentry would have gave him the ball more. No Drew Holiday there, like it would have been nice, and Zion would have went just as crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He would have went more crazy, man. He would have went more crazy, man. All them full court alley-oops, that running gun shit that Gentry was on, bro, would have been lit. Stan Van Gundy took all that shit away. He slowed the pace all the way down, man. And the whole team suffered, especially Lonzo.
There's a
yeah,
narrative
I
that I
agree.
hate, right? There's a narrative that I
But
hate that Pelicans fans always bring up to say that this has been Lonzo's best season. And even though it has been statistically,
Stats wise, yes. Stats wise,
yes,
yes.
but
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 otherwise,
what I'm
personnel
saying
wise,
it's
it's
is
rookie
not.
year, bro.
if he played in his natural position, we don't know if he would average it. I mean, we actually do know that he would average more points, more assists, more rebounds because
At
in
least more
December,
points. At least more
in
points.
December of 2019, coming up to March 20, before the league shut down, Zoe was playing really, really good basketball under Gentry. He started to figure things out. He started to play exceptional basketball, team basketball. I think he was averaging 8
Until the
assists and 8
pandemic.
rebounds.
Oh yeah, he
Huh?
was
Until the
averaging
pandemic.
28 and 8 in March
Or
before
something,
the
yeah,
bubble.
something like that, something that close, right?
Yeah, he was going crazy. He was dropping 7
Yeah, he
threes
was
back to
going
back
in.
games. He was going crazy.
He
So
was
that's
going
the thing. So So we don't know how Zoe would have performed if Gentry was still the coach and he was playing in his natural position. We don't know if the Pelicans would have made the playoffs. And honestly, it looks like they would have with Gentry more than with Van Gundy, is how I feel. So I just think that Zoe needs to go
No.
back to his natural position and just play proper basketball with a good team. And I honestly think that's with the
Yeah,
Knicks.
yeah.
That's what I'm. That's what
You're
I'm
on top
getting
shit.
at, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting at. Stan Van Gundy totally took the reins off him. Did not let him play his position at all, man, and it fucked the
yo,
whole team up.
but guys, you know who's the true architect of that? David Griffin.
True.
Like, come
Yep.
on now,
Yep.
because he think about it. He wanted to hire a coach that would run the Zion as the point guard because he thinks high school Zion was gonna happen in the NBA, and all
It's
that
so
is leading
scripted.
to is 8 turnovers per game.
Fact.
You're not helping the team by running point Zion.
And he's not
Like you
helping
have a
Zion
point
either.
guard.
He's not
You're
helping
not
Zion
helping
either.
exactly, and he's making Zion the main focal. There's nothing wrong with being Zion being the focal point of the
They did
offense,
that shit to sell
but
tickets, bro. That was all to sell tickets, bro.
and that's the problem. You did that shit to sell
Because
tickets, and what did that
They're like
get
the
you?
smallest market in the league to begin with. And
Hey,
What did that
they
get them?
sold more
No
tickets
playoff
when
spots.
Yo,
Lonzo
what
was
I'm saying is
throwing
LeBron James
lobs.
so badly.
that's what I'm trying to get back to, man. That fast running gun shit. Lonzo throwing lobs, pulling up, doing this shit, bro. If he was doing that the whole year, bro,
Imagine if Gentry stayed. Gentry stayed. Lonzo would have played point guard more.
he would have made the All-Star team probably, bro. He probably would have been most
Exactly,
improved.
because Gentry understood what Lonzo's about. That's why he
Lonzo
just
still
said,
gotta get.
let Fred
Lonzo still
Vincent do
gotta
his
get
job.
better though. Lonzo still gotta get better, man. He still can't finish at the rim like that. He still don't really got a floater. Like
Yeah,
he
I
got
get
better.
mad at him for passing up a wide open shot. Like he would have a wide open mid range and they'll pass it. I'm like,
That shit used to get me mad as hell, man. Like honestly,
nigga, just shoot the damn ball.
just shoot it, earn the bag, shoot that shit, let your nuts hang. Goddamn, what you doing?
Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah, be Ben Simmons all over again.
yo, Tone.
What's good, bro?
What should we was talking about Lonzo to Chicago? A couple people think he going to Chicago. What's your where do you think he going?
Shit, man. Honestly, I don't know, man. People talking about him and Levine are close. You know, light skins got to roll together and shit, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where the fuck Zoe going, bro. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. Bro.
That's good. Take your time to figure that out. But how you think he'll work out with the Bulls?
To be real, man, I haven't really even watched the Bulls that much, so I can't speak on it like that. But I honestly think anywhere Lonzo goes, he gonna do his thing, bro.
But you know about Zach LaVine. How would Lonzo play with Zach LaVine if they would have played together?
I think he would do good. I don't know who would run point or if Zoe would run off ball or Levine would run point or whatever.
See, that's the problem right there. We got to figure out Lonzo need to be running point guard at all costs.
Lonzo definitely would be running point.
Let Zach go off ball and get the buckets and Zoe get his assist up. I think that'd be the best move.
Yeah, the Bulls having Saturn Ramsey run point. Like, come on.
Yeah.
They got Kobe White though. That's gonna fuck shit up.
But Kobe White doesn't play point guard.
Kobe White would be
Kobe's injured.
They put Kobe White on the bench because he couldn't play point guard.
He'll be perfect with Lonzo though.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
But he's injured. He's injured until like I don't know, like
he
February
did
or something like that.
injury. I forgot about that.
The Bulls.
What you think they're gonna do?
I don't mind
Zone. But like Zach LaVine, man, the way he plays, he's like less ball dominant than Bi, and he's a better shooter. So Lonzo and him are gonna play great off of each other. I feel like because Zach LaVine plays off ball and he shoots like crazy. I mean, the game against the Pelicans, he hit 9 threes off ball. Like that's how he plays.
He just shoot threes and make mid ranges. And casually goes to the basket.
I don't mind Zoe to the Bulls, fam. I just need Zoe to make the playoffs, and the Bulls aren't sure of making the playoffs. You feel me? Even with Zoe there, I just need Lonzo in the playoffs, like no cap. And I need him to play well in the playoffs as well. Maybe even get like the
Vucevic and Zach LaVine will be 2 former All-Stars. Zoe playing with them, I think they definitely can make the playoffs.
What's going on, Benny? Everybody hit that subscribe button rolling in here for the first time. It's Flight Sports TV. Man, this going to be crazy, man. It's going to be a crazy off season, man, for Lonzo Ball, man. But for real, I'm serious. I need everybody's teams in about another week. But give everybody another week and a half, like midway through this month. Then you'll be able to change it though. But yeah, it can't be flip flop, and then you go to the Knicks and a bunch of people. We got to get this thing situated because it'd be crazy if he did go to the Hornets. And if he go to the Hornets, that should be like
that shit would be crazy as hell, man.
I'd be
shocked. I low key want him to go to Charlotte, bro.
I'd be shocked if he went to Charlotte.
I mean, I'm just saying that because I'm from here and that shit would be lit.
I'd be even more shocked if he stays with the Pelicans.
Oh man, I mean, kind of and kind of not because they can back off from DS, so you ain't going nowhere.
Who y'all think the Pelicans?
He not staying with the Pelicans if they don't pay over $20 million, or at least $20 million.
Who y'all think the Pelicans going to sign as their coach though?
I think Fred Vinson is going to be the one signed, and he's going to be used to get Lonzo back in. But yeah. I don't think Lonzo ain't staying, bro. Like, come on now. Y'all took the ball from his hands. Try to run point Zion. Try to run point Zion all the time just to hurt Zion himself. Like, what was he thinking? That shit just makes no sense.
Yeah, that point Zion shit was ugly, man. That shit was ugly.
Well, they were doing too much.
It was garbage. That's what it was. It wasn't
the
just
thing that gets me is they had all the talent in front of them, man, and the shit that was working so well from them last year, they didn't do any of it. They didn't do any of it, bro.
Bro, Skip said it, and Skip has great takes when it comes to anything except LeBron and Brady and all that. But Skip said it. Skip said that this team.
Well, he's a Lonzo fan. He's a Lonzo fan, bro.
He is. And a Zion fan, yeah, he is. But the thing is,
no, I think Skip is more of a. He doesn't like LeBron, so he makes the most ill takes. And I'm not even a LeBron fan.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I try to respect LeBron. So finish your point. Your point. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just all right. So what I'm saying is, Skip even said it that this Pelicans team, how it was constructed. Well, the three main pieces were perennial championship caliber. No, not perennial. Sorry, were a championship caliber type of team being built. So over maybe 3 years, this team should have won a championship, maybe one championship, right? With the three. But the way the team was constructed around them, plus Stan Van Gundy destroyed this team, right? The team lost how many leads? It was 15 leads? I don't remember how much it was. But we lost the most leads in the league just by Stan Van Gundy losing like 10 of them. The way it was constructed because of Griffin messed up the whole synergy of the team. It was just a terrible thing. So as I would say, basically the team should be much better than it is. Yeah. Honestly, I would like Zoe to stay with the Pelicans if Griffin was fired. Like if Griffin was not there, that would be my team.
I'm with you on that, man, because
we all agree Griffin gotta go because Griffin is the real problem here. He was trying to make sure Zion is the focal point of the offense and the playmaker, and it's just killing the team. Because you guys want to even know something funny, is that when Lonzo was facilitating, Zion got even more popular, and he could shoot. This kid was shooting jumpers. He went from shooting 4 jumpers in a single quarter to shooting no jumpers at all in an entire season.
Yeah, his first game, he was jacking threes. Y'all remember that?
He shot threes all season. Think about it. Zion was shooting threes all season. He went from shooting threes all season to shooting no threes at all. That's how bad. That's how bad it was made to be. Yeah, I know he has to develop the consistency.
We can all agree. Stan Van Gundy is a bum, man. He's beyond a bum. I'm trying to find a better word for it. But right now, like I
no Van Gundy. We already know Van Gundy.
Yeah, we call him Stan Van Dummy around here, man.
he's washed up.
To be honest, he's not dumb. As I told Black, they laughed at me. They laughed at me for saying it, but he's a basketball genius. He's just not right for the Pelicans. I said it before. He knows basketball. Trust me, you can't. If you sat with Van Gundy and spoke to Van Gundy about basketball, I'm telling you that you would leave that conversation knowing a lot more.
Yeah. Sat down with Van
before.
Gundy. We talked about basketball. He brought up Point Zion. I would leave that conversation thinking he don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I understand that. He's just not good for the
Liverpool.
Pelicans.
Hey, y'all hear about Master P trying to be the coach? Y'all hear about that shit?
Oh yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Honestly, Master P needs to buy the team. That's what he needs to do. Buy the damn team and get rid of Griffin. That's what he should do, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Wherever Lonzo goes, man, I don't care what team it is, but the coach got to believe in him and just give him the keys and let him go. Like LeVar said, when a coach truly believes in him, like no coach has ever really done, Gentry was close to that. He gonna ball, man. He gonna fucking shine.
Facts.
I agree because the guy talking earlier was making a valid point until I don't know what happened to him. But I think we all know Van Gundy he's a bum, man. Like he's literal, he's trash, bro. Like come on, this man literally screwed up. He screwed up two more situations. He screwed up two more situations. He screwed up Dwight Howard, and then he went to oh my god,
Detroit.
He screwed the Pistons up. The Pistons suck because of him.
Oh, they're not stuck now with Cade coming. But yeah, I feel that.
Hey, what up, like? That Lonzo's dunks got like lower and lower every year since his rookie year.
Like he's not explosive again.
The most dunks he ever got was his rookie year.
Actually,
that was the last time he was really used.
The most dunks Lonzo ever did. The most dunks Lonzo ever did was playing with LeBron. Because Lonzo was dunking like crazy.
Yo, somebody's mic's fucked up.
I think it's yours. But
it ain't my mic.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yo, somebody gotta shut their mic off.
I don't know who mic that is, but go ahead and talk.
Yeah, it's not mine.
Go ahead.
Somebody who called Van Gundy a basketball genius again because
yeah, man, I couldn't accept that.
No, Van Gundy's not a basketball genius. Like for him to be called Stan Van Dummy, like come on now, he's stupid. stupid. Come on,
I mean,
now.
He had his day when he was a very good coach, but a genius.
Yeah,
but come on. I don't.
But this man's washed up. He's washed up.
The Pelicans is just a trash organization, man. That's what they ended up with.
Man was washed up though. Like you can't pity that. My guy was so washed up that he doesn't even know how to coach a team anymore.
Hey, but he's still getting paid. He don't give a flying fuck.
Hey, yo, somebody's mic's fucking up the stream, yo.
I don't know. It's not mine. I've already turned off
my mic. Is that fucking up the stream?
Yo, man, just talk, man. Nobody mic is fucked up.
Everybody turn your mic and everybody turn your mic off, on and off.
All right.
Yeah, we Gucci now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, who we got in the chat?
Fly, what up, yo?
What's good? What you thinking? What's up on this topic?
I'm gonna say what I said before, man. Lonzo gotta take less bread, go to a contender, take that backup role. You know what I mean? And
bro, you tripping, son.
Formulate that into a long-term contract.
Oh god. No,
if he goes to a non-playoff team with a bunch of young dudes, he's not gonna. It's gonna be the same thing as the Pelicans. Nothing's gonna change.
He's starting, bro. Quit tripping, man. Stop it, bro.
Anywhere he go, we starting.
Hey, we got. Let's see what he has to say.
Stop.
Continue. Continue.
Backup role
I want
where,
to hear
bro?
what he says. I want
Backup
to see
He
what he
needs
says.
he needs to a backup role with a contending team.
In what way?
All right. So if he signs, he should sign like a 2-3 year deal with a contending team. So he knows he's not going to go around no young players. He's going to have all vets around him. Because what happens if he goes and signs with a non-playoff team with a bunch of young players, it's a wrap for him.
Yeah, but he still
he
got to
needs
develop his legacy as a leader.
he needs to be
So
surrounded
how is
by
that?
vets though, because his
How is he
game is
gonna? How
too
is that? Like, let me ask you
his game
something.
is too robotic, bro. You feel me?
Let me ask you something. I know we can agree on something sometimes, but let me ask you something. How is that gonna help him be a leader on the team? That's the thing
It's gonna
because
help him.
we
It's
want
gonna help
Lonzo.
him prolong his career. That's what it's gonna help him with.
We need him to learn to be a leader, so that whenever he prolongs his career, he can share the experience of what it's like to last. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
You're proving my
That,
point, bro.
so how is that gonna help him?
If he's around vets, he's gonna learn how to lead a team. That's how you learn how
Okay.
to lead a team when you're surrounded by vets.
So you should
You know what I mean?
take less bag with
You take
when
less.
it's an agent that's more rigid than
Yeah.
anybody ever expected, but you're still okay with take the
It's
less bag.
exceptions are made, man.
I see it, but I don't agree with it. But I see the point. I see the point. I don't agree with it though. But I
This is what you have to understand.
see where you're
This is what
coming
you have
from.
to understand, right? So you have Lonzo Ball on $20 million a year, right? Now you got the draft coming up. You got 6 point guards projected to go in the first round.
No, he
So
wants 20 mil.
that's what I'm saying. So you have 6 point guards projected to go in the first round. The point
Okay.
guard position is deep. It's the deepest position in basketball. Period. Not even close. No other position is even close to
Okay.
it. So now this is why the Pelicans don't want to give him the money, because everybody's thinking, why am I going to give Lonzo Ball, he's a bottom tier point guard, why am I going to give him $20 million a year?
I don't think he's bottom tier though. I just think he's just in a situation that just
He's
doesn't
he's
suit him.
he's
He just doesn't suit his style. If you know what I mean.
But you gotta understand, like this is what I said before. Nobody's gonna be playing that Chino Hill style. That's, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna no coach is gonna play that style in the league, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Okay. Continue.
So it's gonna be
Continue.
so nobody's gonna really play that fast paced, crazy, long ass passes. That's not really playing in the league like that.
Yeah.
But if he can come off the bench for a contending team, you know what I mean, like
But
the
here's
Warriors
the
or something.
thing.
Who knows?
Here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? I think the
You
Warriors
have
would be
to
good for him.
understand
It would be the perfect.
someone that's used to having a lot of stamina to play long minutes. Are you sure
Yeah.
playing on the bench works for him when his stamina can cover 30, 40 minutes in a game?
What you gotta understand is him coming off the bench, he can still play long minutes.
In what way? So you
He can still be in he can still be in the closing lineup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can still use him defensively.
As a defensive option? That's what you're saying?
Yes. He's a viable defensive option.
Okay.
I mean, but and the team that fits him perfectly is the Golden State Warriors.
Okay, I disagree with that.
Perfectly. You want to know why? You want to know why?
I disagree because even the Clippers.
You want me to tell you why?
Why?
You want me to tell you why? Because the Warriors' offense is constant ball movement. That's
so
what
the Clippers.
That's Lonzo Ball's strength. Lonzo Ball's strength is he's moving the ball, pushing, moving it. That's his strength. Within that offense, that's a perfect offense for him, especially with Steph and Clay.
Yeah,
coming off screens. He's gonna get. If he goes to Golden State, he'll get 12 assists a game, easy.
My guy,
Just off
Golden State is
Steph and
not
Clay
even.
coming off screens.
Golden State is not in the discussion for the offseason moves. I would love to see them in that, but they're not in the discussion
But
for this.
they have 2 picks, bro.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's
I
what I'm
would
saying.
rather I would rather love this kid in a team that he can see, because look at it like this. You're saying that Golden State with the motion offense and run and
Yeah,
gun. But
yeah.
I just feel like you rather go I rather prefer the Clippers for that because they also have vets. Think about it. Just using your point. I would rather want
Yeah,
the Clippers.
but
For the
Reggie
moment.
Jackson's getting that point. That spot, it's Reggie Jackson's spot, though, bro. They're not going to take
And he
Reggie
can
Jackson out
also
of it.
come off the bench. He can also come off the bench. Think about
But they
that.
got Pat Bev. They got Pat Bev locked up.
He and
You know what I
Pat
mean?
Bev can come in. He can play shooting guard alongside Pat Bev coming off the bench.
Yo,
Using your
the
point.
point guard position, yo, people don't
No, I
understand.
said he
The
can
point
play
guard
shooting guard off Pat Bev with Pat Bev coming
with
off the
Lonzo?
bench. Yeah, he has
No
learned to
way.
play off
Nah, come
ball.
on.
He has learned to play off ball. He has learned to play off ball, so he can play with Pat Bev as a
That's
shooting guard
you're trying to
off the
redefine him
bench.
already, man.
Just
You're trying
saying,
to you're trying to redefine his position already, man. Come on.
like because they're both defensive players, but one is a better shooter, so the Clippers will have to be decisive on that. If using your
Okay,
point,
but this is what you have to understand. They still have Pat Bev, right? And they're gonna
Right.
re-sign Reggie Jackson.
uh-huh.
And then like I said, Lonzo's price tag is, you know what I'm saying? The only
You got
this was gonna fuck him up. Because his price tag, only the bottom of the barrel, like French playoff teams gonna be able to sign him.
yeah, but
So
like that, you also
he's gonna go into a situation with a bunch of young players that don't want to share the ball, that don't want to play offense, that don't want to run the ball like he runs the ball. So he's gonna have it's gonna fuck up his progress. You know what I'm saying
yeah,
if he's thinking about if all he's thinking about is the bag,
What team you
he's
talking
gonna
about?
fuck up his longevity.
What
Huh?
team?
yeah, but
What team
understand
is
his
gonna do that?
agent, my brother. Understand his agent, because
Okay, but
if he doesn't
his
have
agent's
Rich
trying to
Paul,
make money. His agent don't
if he,
Rich Paul don't give a fuck about his career. He just wants to make money.
yeah, but
No,
if
that's
he
not
had
You
a
know
true.
what I'm saying?
different agent, I wouldn't mind it. But because of he has that agent, I have to be like he has to go to the team where he will make the bag while also
Yeah, but
develop.
Rich Paul's gonna set him
That's the
up for
thing.
failure, bro. If he does that, he's setting him up for failure. That's the point I'm trying to make, bro. He's setting him up for failure. He has to be in a rigid, strict offense.
I'll tell you what.
That's how he plays, yo.
You got Lonzo
You
Ball.
don't have
He a Rich Paul guy. Don't expect him to go to the Clippers. Rich Paul guys don't usually go to the Clippers.
Exactly. I'm just saying if he's willing to take less bread, he got better options if he's willing to take less bread.
but that means he's gonna go to the
A Rich
Pelicans.
Paul
You know
guys
what I mean?
aren't going to help hurt LeBron.
He's gonna go
I
to
don't
the
know.
Pelicans then if he takes less bread. Think about it. That's the thing with Lonzo. Is like
He
if he
should
takes
stay
less
there.
bread, he will go to the Pelicans regardless.
He should.
I
Yo,
don't
he
think he
should stay
should. I
there.
don't think he should stay. I disagree. I don't think he should
Oh,
stay
so that's
because
why
here's the
not.
thing.
He already has the keys to the
You don't need
offense.
to run.
He's used to playing with Bi and Zion.
Wrong. Here, let me tell you. He may have the keys to the offense in terms of scoring. He doesn't have the keys to the offense in doing what he does because he had that key when he was there in the first season. Then the second season that was taken from him. Understand that.
He led the team in touches this year.
Understand. I'm talking about facilitation. Someone that gets others involved. He doesn't do that.
But he,
Because the GM wants to run the point guard through this power forward who's a natural power forward. When Lonzo has been trained his whole life to be a
he
facilitator.
got the motive. He got the motive. That's what happened.
You got to understand something.
You got the motive from playing the point.
Let me give you an example. James Harden, as good as he is facilitating, what did he end up having while he was playing while he was playing in the playoffs? What injury did he have? Let me just ask you that question for a start. What injury did he have?
Yeah,
What was his injury? Hold on. What was his injury? What was his injury? I don't need to. James Harden.
All right,
What was his? I'm not
before I
gonna.
answer that,
I'm not
let
making a
me.
comparison.
I
I'm
already,
not making a
bro. I already
comparison.
know. Listen, I already know what you're trying to say. So let me interrupt you before you try to make that point. Right? So Lonzo, you can't compare Lonzo Ball and Harden athletically. Lonzo Ball is
I'm not. You
he's
see,
in way
he's not.
better shape than Harden.
I'm
So
not talking about athletics.
his
Either.
injury risk is lower than Harden's, bro.
I'm
The
not
better
talking
shape
about
you're in, the
athletics.
lower your injury risk.
I'm not even talking about athletics. You see, your lack of patience cost you again. I wasn't talking about athletics.
You brought up
That's
injury. What are you talking about? You just brought up injury. You just said
I
asked me
said
what
what was
James
his
Harden's injury
injury?
was.
I said what was his injury? I'm trying to compare Zion, not Lonzo. That's the thing. You see, I'm saying
No,
that
that's
Zion.
not a comparison, though, bro. That's not a good comparison.
Understand. That's the thing. I'm saying that Zion is in a much worse shape than Harden. So why
No,
is
he's
he
not.
gotta play point guard? That's the thing. You have no patience to understand others, and I was able to.
Bro,
I was trying to
bro,
let you see.
Zion, bro, you're talking about two of the best players in the league. You're talking about a little
Yeah.
nuanced fucking weakness that they have. Like, I'm saying, that don't even, I mean, you can't even, it's not even a comparison you can make, bro. Both of them dudes are the top players in the league. Top 10,
Top
top
players,
15
but
players in the
Zion is a
league, bro.
natural power forward. He can't. He's not a. He's not
Okay, but you can
fit. He
still,
doesn't have the
if you just
fitness to
start
play point
watching,
guard.
Zion, bro. You didn't watch Zion in high school, Zion in college. He can run a break. He can pass the ball.
So what?
He's not just,
But eight
he's just
turnovers a
not,
game. 8 turnovers a game. That's
Oh,
that's good.
I
That's
got
good
I
for
got
point
straight
guard.
facts.
8 turnovers a
rookie.
game as a point guard.
A rookie.
This man is a second year player.
Second
What are you
year,
talking
yeah,
about?
second year, same shit.
It will take him 5 to 8 years to master the point guard position in the NBA. Compare that to
Bro,
someone who has
I'm
been
not
trained their
saying
whole
that
life.
Zion is a point guard. I
I'm
never said
saying
Zion was a
somebody that
point
was.
guard, bro.
I'm
I'm not
saying
saying Zion
Zion
is a
being a
point guard.
I
facilitator.
mean, as good as Zion
You
is,
have this,
he didn't lead the team to the playoffs.
yeah, but y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta
No,
understand the
understand something,
strategy.
man.
Understand
I'm saying
before you talk. Understand the strategy. The strategy was for point Zion. So once a double team came, he could kick the ball out, which is why Lonzo Ball's averaging 8 threes a game and making
so
3 or
what?
4 a
No
game.
one cares about the point
That's the
shit.
strategy. Okay, but
Fuck
you gotta
that.
understand the coach's strategy, bro. You're
Fuck
looking at
that
the
point
game like a
Zion
fan.
shit.
No,
I'm
that don't
looking at the game as a
All right.
person who watches the game, and I read the
Yeah,
court, and I read
you're
what's
not
going on the
analytical.
court,
You gotta be analytical, bro. You gotta
and I
analyze what the
am
fuck's going
analytical.
on. That's what
I analyze
casuals
the
do.
game.
I'm saying you can't be a casual, bro.
I analyze the
You gotta
game. I
understand
see what's going on
you gotta understand the
because
certain decisions that coaches
I
make, man.
understand the strategy. I understand the strategy, and it's predictable. That's why they get beat all the time. They gotta do more than just point Zion because if they think about it, the reason why the Pelicans are never won shit is because they ran
They
the
don't have
same
enough shooters,
strategy
man.
and
They don't have shooters.
you just explained the point that I was gonna be making secondly, which is that the shooting they lack in shooting depth to run point Zion. You gotta understand. I'm not against point Zion. What I'm against is that point Zion doesn't make sense for their personnel.
But you have
That's
to give
another
them
thing.
time to build.
You didn't
You
understand
have
my
to give them
patience.
time to add the personnel, bro. You have to give the GM
I'm
time to
gonna
add the
give them
personnel.
time, but you gotta
You have to
understand the
give him. You
GM
don't know what he's
sucks
gonna
as a
do this
person.
offseason.
Well, I mean, they fired the
Because
coach.
I already know. I already know what he's gonna do. He's gonna run the same
Bledsoe's
bullshit.
gone. Steven Adams is gone. You know what I mean,
We don't know
those are
that.
players that are
If
gone. You
Bledsoe's
know,
gone, Lonzo's gone.
We don't
If
know that.
Bledsoe's gone, Lonzo's
you know
gone.
what I mean.
If Bledsoe's gone, Lonzo will go. So now they have to have
I don't know. I
shooters
think
for real.
yo,
I see your points, but I need to we need to come to a common ground here that the shooting depth really sucks. We can both agree on that. The shooting depth really sucks, and
that's just
point Zion does not work because there's not enough shooters. But
all
like
right. But
we both
you
agree
have
on
a
that.
trio, of course. But you have a trio that you can build around. You know what I'm
They
saying? But the
actually
thing
do.
is, they don't want to give Lonzo all that bread. because they want to waste it
They
on,
have a
on
trio.
snipers.
They have the
They
trio
want
already.
snipers on the wings. That's the whole point.
No, they have the trio already. That's why they were building Lonzo to be a sniper. Understand that. They were trying to build Lonzo as the
Yeah.
sniper to help Zion. Understand that, my brother, because we're hitting something here. So I wanted to come to common ground here. See, that's the thing, because I had to let you speak up. So I see, because I'm trying to understand your point since you have some valid points here and not talking over yourself like before.
Yeah, are you done? Are you done giving me a critique, bro? Or what you gonna do? It's like the 5th time you said that.
No, I don't need to say anything because it's just like saying you saying I'm not analytical, and I was analyzing you as well.
Yeah, yeah. This is like the 5th time you gave me a critique, man. What is it?
Because you have no patience.
Just,
You have no
don't have
patience. You were
patience.
not patient.
Yeah, because I don't got to. I mean, y'all want to make 30-second points.
I'm not
It's
needing
not
to
how the
make 30
discussion
second
goes,
points.
man.
And the discussion got to go with somebody understanding things more clearly.
Like when you this is how a discussion goes. You make a point, I refute. I try to refute your point. You try to refute my point. And that's how a basketball discussion goes.
And I
You
was
feel
doing
me?
that. I was doing that, my brother.
But if I can beat you to your point, then I'm gonna beat you to your point because I already know what you're gonna say. That's why I cut you off, bro. I don't just cut you off and say
You knew
something. I
what
just
I was
know that
gonna say.
I already know where you're going.
How,
I know where you're going.
you thought you know where I was gonna say, but you didn't. You see?
Bro,
You
you
thought
jumped
you
off
knew where I
topic.
was
That had
gonna.
nothing to do with Lonzo Ball. So
You
that whatever you
because
your
it's not about
comparison was
Lonzo.
irrelevant. Bro, so your
It was not
comparison was
about Lonzo in
irrelevant.
the
We're not
first
talking.
place.
Okay, so
It
that
was not
means your
about Lonzo in the
comparison is
first place.
irrelevant, bro. All
I'm
right, so if
talking
you're not, we're
about
talking
Point
about Lonzo
Zion.
Ball. Okay, well, we're
Yes, and I
talking
was
about
talking about
Lonzo
Point
Ball
Zion
within
and
that
Lonzo.
system, and then you brought up injuries. That has nothing to do with James Harden being injured. How is that
Because
relevant to Point Zion? How is that?
you had no
What's the
patience
correlation,
to
bro? Let me
listen.
know.
You want me
I
to
want to know
explain the
what's up.
relation?
What's the correlation? What's the correlation, dog?
The
Between
correlation
a
with
James
it.
Harden injury, Zion's injury, and Point Zion. I want you to explain how 3 of those correlate into this conversation.
I'm trying to say that the fitness, Zion's fitness is not actually there compared to any other star. So it's best to not run him as point until you actually have the system that works for him. So it's just best to just let Lonzo be the point for the meantime, so you actually find more help for him. But because you were not patient to listen to that, I guess you were just trying to rush off topic
But
and just jump me there.
You gotta understand, right? If Stan Van Gundy seeing him every day in practice, so there had to be a reason for him to switch Lonzo off the point. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
everybody that got the Lonzo bias, nobody really wants to. Take that into consideration, bro. It's just there's a reason why he took him off the point, bro.
And why do you think is that?
And they're in the West trying to make the playoffs. They don't got time for him to. They don't have time for him to make mistakes, bro. Especially in the West. You know what I'm saying?
They really don't have time to make mistakes. But they also gotta understand they also gotta understand who's who. And that's the problem with them. They don't understand who's who yet. Because new coach, new system, everybody's just trying to do whatever.
To me,
that's how frustrating
they are. To me, it looks like they're gonna resign. They're gonna resign Lonzo. That's what it looks like to me.
No,
that's the only. That's
I'm
the
saying
only
that.
reason.
I'm saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
The Pelicans this season, the problem is that they didn't understand who's who. There.
The only reason why you would fire Stan Van Gundy is because that Lonzo Ball decision. That's the only thing I see that justifies his firing.
Okay, bro. You sure?
But I think they're trying to drive the price down on Lonzo, the GM. That's what they're trying to do. Because the Pelicans don't want to give him the 20, bro. The Pelicans are going to see what his market value is. That's it. They're just trying to see where he's going to land in the market.
My guy, I'm gonna agree to
Trust me,
disagree
man.
here. I'm gonna
Oh,
disagree to disagree here. Let me explain my
oh,
point because this is a new point. This is not something different. I'm gonna drive off your point, and I'm gonna say that I think they're trying to convince Lonzo to stay. That's why they're doing all the things to make sure that they appease Lonzo and keep Zion happy.
they don't
What do
want
you
to
think
pay him
about
the
that?
price, bro.
They
They
were
don't
trying
want.
to
Yeah,
keep Zion happy.
they want to keep him at a bargain price. They don't want to pay him the 20.
They want to keep Zion
If it
happy.
was yo, bro, if Lonzo Ball held a press conference tomorrow, like, yeah, I'll take $10 million a year. The Pelicans will sign him the first day of free agency. They wouldn't even wait.
Yeah, and I'm saying they want to keep Zion happy because they know that Lonzo's the complementary piece for Zion. Understand that too. So they're trying to keep Zion happy by trying to sign the coaches that has helped Lonzo, like Fred Vincent, for example. So they
You
have
gotta
to get rid of
understand.
Van Gundy.
Okay, but you gotta think too, bro. The GM
I'm
is
coming
looking
to
at
agree
the
with you.
GM is waiting for the draft. The draft is
Okay,
before free agency, right?
and then I agree. Get Corey
So
Kispert.
if everybody needed Corey Kispert,
Let me ask you a question.
come
Do you
on,
agree that they should get Corey Kispert on the team?
no.
Because
And number
why?
10, hell no,
Why?
hell no.
Why is that?
He's
Because
a
he's a
role
shooter and
player.
a defender. He's a shooter and a defender.
Yeah, he's good, but he's like a late first round player to me, bro.
So who would you
He's
recommend in
not
the
a he's not
draft
a
they should go
lotto.
after? Who would you recommend in the draft they should get that would really
The
help
Pelicans?
point Zion? Yes.
Oh,
I'm just saying because we've come to an agreement here. So I want to
if
see
I'm
what you see.
if I'm the Pelicans, I'm getting. If I'm not getting, I'm getting a point guard.
Again?
I'm
That's
taking
like
I'm
being the
taking
Hornets.
I'm taking Sharif.
Sharif Cooper?
Taking Sharif, yep. If I'm the Hornets.
Oh my god. I would say Corey
Taking
Kispert
Sharif, man.
because of the defense. Because they need a defensive presence.
They
That's
don't
not
need more
Lonzo
defense.
Ball.
Man. They need people that can score, man. They need shooters. They need creators.
But they also need
They
a
need a real
3-and-D
creator.
player. They need a 3-and-D player. That's why I recommended Corey Kispert.
They need Sharif Cooper, man.
But Sharif Cooper, I wouldn't mind. But
Sharif
I'm
Cooper
not
is
sure about defense.
a
His
true
defense. His defense is one thing that doesn't
man, man.
that kind of scares me. Like I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
mind him playing. It's just defense.
Yeah,
Can he play defense?
he'll be alright, man.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah, right.
We'll see.
He's strong. He's gonna be the truth, man.
Okay.
And that's because you're gonna pick him up because Cade's gonna be off the board. Jalen Suggs is gonna be off the board.
But then it will be Sharif Cooper, Josh Giddey, Corey
you got
Kispert, and
Sharif.
so many else. Because Josh Giddey is also a lotto pick.
Yeah, I seen
And I don't want Josh Giddey on the team.
highlights of him and shit. But the thing about the European niggas, you never know if they're gonna be good, yo. You know because we don't watch them.
But come on, LaMelo came from that league. LaMelo came from that league that he played in too. So come on now. I'm not gonna say he's just wrong.
Bro, but the international prospects, so you have to. You can't go hard both ways, man. You know what I mean?
The dude is just wrong.
You can't say they're gonna suck. You can't say they're gonna be mad good. You know what I mean? You have to just wait and watch them.
Yeah.
You don't get to watch these dudes. You feel me? So
yeah.
The same thing with Luka Doncic. I mean, when he first came in the league, nobody thought he was gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Nobody in America thought this nigga was gonna be nice like that. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he taught everybody a lesson, man. You can't, even the Greek freak too. You never know about these dudes.
Okay.
Yeah. He could be nice. You never know.
All right.
And they got the other dude from Turkey coming out too.
Oh, that 7-foot center. I think they just need floor spacers. Or this Pelicans just need floor spacers. It's best to just So, but with Lonzo, I just think he needs to go to a team that will make the playoffs. So, I can see your point with the veteran stuff, but I rather want him to build his legacy. That's the thing.
And he has to
So
stay in New
it's like
Orleans, man. He has to
50-50.
stay in New Orleans. Him, Bi, and Zion got to come up together, man. They got to do like a Tatum and Brown type deal.
But they already have. They already
I
are
mean,
a
just
big
wait
three.
it out, wait it out, wait it out.
Hey, we'll see in the free agency, bro.
Mhm.
Like we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If he whatever he goes, I don't mind. I just want what's best for him. I don't care if he goes to the Bulls, but I really want him in a Bulls jersey. That's the thing. I'm just telling you. I want him in the Bulls or Knicks jersey.
Come on, man.
But if you want him to stay in New Orleans or
It's not
go
a
to
good
a
fit for him,
veteran
man.
league team like the Warriors, I would love the Warriors too if it was the trade deadline. But come on now, his personality doesn't match the Warriors. Lonzo's a quiet guy,
What in his game actually. That's how the Warriors play, man. That's what they're about. They're about running the offense, bro.
but his personality is just not. He's just a
And he
thing,
can
man.
shoot threes.
No, I'm saying the Clippers matches his personality. I'm talking
Bro,
the.
his personality doesn't matter, bro. That's not. I mean, that's media shit, bro.
All
That's
right.
media shit. That shit don't matter. In real life, that shit don't matter, dog. If you're nice, everybody wants you on the team. You know what I mean, nobody gives a
Because
fuck
the
about your
Warriors is
personality,
just basically watching the New York Knicks again, but in much bigger version.
bro. Yeah, but the New
That's the
York
thing.
Knicks is like, come on, man. The New York Knicks don't even. If the Knicks was in the West, they wouldn't even go to the playoffs.
But at least he'll
You know
be
what I'm
able to
saying?
make an
So
All
they're
Star
not
team.
even.
He'll be able to make an All Star team. That's the thing.
I
Lonzo
don't know.
want to be
I
an All
don't
Star.
know. Way over Trey Young and Kyrie. Come on, bro. That'll never happen. You know that already.
You sure? Yeah, I know that.
I'll never.
But he still
How
got
would
to.
he
He
make
got
a?
to
He's
be an
never.
All Star.
But bro, when is he gonna make an All-Star team over Trey Young and Kyrie, bro? You know what I mean?
So you
That's
think
like
him playing with Curry,
that'll never
coming
happen,
off the
bro.
bench for Curry,
Oh, in the
is a
West?
good
In the
idea?
West?
Yeah. You think it's a good
Yeah,
idea?
bro.
You think it's a good idea?
Yeah. It's a good
I find
idea,
it
bro.
funny though. I find it funny because I'm still trying to process it. Because
Just think
I
about it,
usually
man. If
think about it
how long you been watching Lonzo Ball for?
from the start of his rookie year.
So you didn't watch him in college? Is she no help?
I watched his college, high school, all that shit.
Yeah. So you already know. That's the team that he needs to play on. You know what I'm saying? But anybody, you know, but hypothetically, anybody could be good in that system. Any point guard could be good in that system. You know what I mean?
But with the rumors of Curry leaving, I could agree to the Warriors.
No, Curry's not leaving the Warriors, dude. No, come on, man.
I know Curry ain't leaving, but I
The
said
biggest
with
cap of all
rumors.
time. Yeah,
With
that's not
the
gonna happen. Come on.
It's a rumor, man. But I said with the rumors of it, I could agree to the Warriors because the Warriors just makes the sense for play style wise. But come on now, let's be real.
Warriors are back next year, man. They got 2 top 20 picks.
They will have to do a trade to get Lonzo. They will have to do a trade to get
Exactly,
Lonzo.
and they can do a trade. They're not gonna. I don't think they could trade one of them picks. They could trade a 20-something pick for sign and trade for Lonzo.
Because that's the only way to get Lonzo.
Mhm.
But every other team can sign him on the get go.
But it's
The Warriors will
his
have to do a
price
sign and
tag.
trade.
Oh, his price tag is an issue.
I think they
That
can make a
price tag he
21
wants,
mil
man.
work. I can think they
Oh,
can make a 21 mil work.
no way. Bro,
They just have to trade. They just have to trade a few. They just have to trade a few players or one player plus one pick.
Just
They
think
have to
about
just
it,
trade
right?
a pick or so to make the contract works.
Bro, you got to
That's the
think
thing.
about this, right? If they're giving him $20 million a year, that means he's gonna get $100 million contract, bro. 80, 90. You know what I mean?
Huh? I'm hearing you loud and clear.
So yeah, so who? So you know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. Anybody that gets $20 million a year, they all have a long-term contract. So Lonzo
Alright,
Ball's
so
not gonna
what?
get 20. not gonna get 20. I mean, 60 mil 3 years. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. For 4 years, 80 million. I mean, it's gonna be something
3 year
long
20
term,
mil.
bro.
3 year 20 mil 3 years. That's fine.
No, 60 mil in 3 years. That's what you're saying, bro. You have to think about it in those terms. Because when you say
So
21 million a year, nobody thinks it's a lot. But then when you say, okay, that equals to 4 years, $80 million, then you're like, okay, damn. It gives you the perspective
because him wanting 20
that
mil, I
niggas
thought
don't want
like
to have.
I thought he was asking for 20 mil for the entire tenure on that team. That's what I'm thinking.
No, he wants 20 million per year. That's what I mean, Rich Paul's trying to get him 20 million per year.
But if it's 60 millions in 3 years, nothing matter. I still don't mind because he's only gonna be eligible for a 3 year contract. Just think about that, brother. Like he'll be eligible for only a 3 year contract. Then he'll be an unrestricted free agent. That's the way it works.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. So his best interest would be to come back to New Orleans.
But I still
That's
don't
his
agree
best
with New
interest,
Orleans.
bro.
New Orleans just don't sue him, man. He needs the coach that will give him the ball in his hands. That's
They
the
just
thing.
fired their Gundy.
And now they need to get a coach. Now they need to get a coach that will give him the ball in his hands.
Oh,
and let Zion do what Zion do. You good?
What they're doing right now in the NBA, bro, is
No.
they're hiring all coaches that run the five out shit, the draw and kick shit. You know what I'm saying that's the offense you have to run in the league now. You know what I mean? All these kids coming up, they play in AAU like that, they play in high school like that, so they're just used to running that system. They can't run a complex system. You know what I mean? And that's where Stan Van Gundy. That's what Stan Van Gundy doesn't understand that because he's an old school coach. So he wants to run plays, nigga. He wants to run old school plays, feed the ball in the post, curls in the mid range. I mean, shit that nobody does anymore. You feel me? And that's why they got rid of
Van Gundy. I didn't agree with Van Gundy.
Yeah, but he's an old. That's what I'm saying. So now, what they're doing is they're getting rid of all these coaches with the old school mentality, bro. They're bringing in all young coaches so they can run that 5-out spread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Lonzo will fit in a 5-out spread because he's a fast player.
Of course.
And he has the stamina for it.
Of course. It's not, but you got the automatic breakdown because you got Zion. Zion has to be double teamed.
What are you talking about? Bro?
Yeah, we're talking about how
5-out spread. Man, all they're doing is trade.
No, we're talking about best fit for Lonzo in terms of like offensive system. We're talking about the offensive system that will suit Lonzo. And he's talking about a 5-out spread.
He needs that.
And I think Lonzo's a running gun guy.
Bro, he can kick out to the shooters. He has the dive for the alley whenever he wants. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the
not
system a guy that's used to the corner.
No, I'm saying it's him running. I'm talking about him running pick and roll up top.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Him running pick and roll up top with Zion. Boom. If they switch, now it's Lonzo versus the center. Or Lonzo, you know what I mean? So now now it's a center guarding Lonzo at the 3-point line. Now Lonzo can blow by him and make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Then who's gonna be the guy?
That's basketball now, bro.
Yeah, but
basketball is now it's all cardio now, bro. It's whoever has the most stamina is gonna succeed now, bro. Because now niggas are just going. They're just going. You gotta be able to run.
Let's address one more thing. Zion is good on the lob. If you watch him from his rookie season, what got Zion popular and people watching Zion more is him catching lobs from Lonzo and running fast pace. But then that 5-out shit Alvin Gentry used to run really worked until he got fired. I don't understand. I don't understand what David Griffin was doing with that because they were running 5-out
He doesn't.
when they had a
He doesn't
Gentry.
understand that. He doesn't understand that younger players now. That's what they're accustomed to playing. He doesn't understand that. Now he gets that. Now every GM in the league. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the coaches that got fired this year, bro. Did you do the math? You see how many coaches got fired? Mad coaches got fired, bro, and left the team.
Yeah, I know.
Because what they're trying to do, they're trying to implement that offense, bro, to every team in the league. Like that shit you see the Clippers playing, fucking the Mavericks, that type of offense, or the Hawks, that's gonna be on every team. That's the future of the league, bro. Look, even Brad Stevens, they got rid of Brad Stevens. Yo.
You were saying something, my brother? I don't know. You were saying something good, and then he cut off.
What I'm saying that all these coaches got fired because they're trying to implement that new style of offense.
Actually, I think
if you look at all the guys,
had any success.
But bro, if you look at all the players, all the new coaches getting hired, they're taking them from different systems that run that system. They're taking those coaches and they're hiring them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to implement those same type of schemes.
In which direction?
You know what I mean?
So what?
The drive and kick, 5-out, dive to the basket for the alley-oop.
But Lonzo's the guy that he will thrive when the guy getting the rebound passes to him. Then he facilitates the offense while the other two guys that are stars are moving up the court. And he just kicks it out to the shooter, or he passes to Zion who's in the paint. That's what Gentry did. And it worked until the bubble, where Lonzo just got nervous all of a sudden. And I don't know how you got fired for that. Because Van Gundy, I understand why you got fired.
Lonzo's decision when he gets to the mid-range is what's questionable.
I can agree. Lonzo's mid-range game is so weird.
But it's gonna be. You gotta understand. You have to make the game simple for Lonzo. You know what I mean? So when you run that spread, and he gets by the center, he already knows, all right, somebody's open somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna go to the rack. I'm 6'6". I got a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, but you're right. Because I said it
takes away the need. Yeah, it takes away the need of him to constantly make plays in the mid range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and because the thing I'm saying here is that Lonzo is a pattern guy. He's someone that you need to create things for him to do the right things. Like he's a guy that when he passes to someone, the other guy facilitates. So it's like he's very weird as a player to me, and more confusing to understand. But as good as he is, he's just weird to understand him at times.
The thing about Lonzo is the reason why he has a tough time in the league right now is because wherever he played at, the offense was tailored to him. You know what I'm saying? When he was in high school, Chino Hills, he ran the offense. He went to UCLA that one year. Everything was revolved around him. He was making all the decisions.
Bro, you don't know
but understand this. That, and let me tell you the difference with the UCLA situation. Because Lonzo has been used to situations where, like, I'm not trying to take anything away from you, and think that the thing with the UCLA situation is that the coach trusted him to be himself. Versus being in the NBA where he has to adjust to being in the situation that he's not that guy to lead a team. So, like in UCLA, the coach knows, hey, I'm gonna let you be point guard. I'm gonna let you facilitate. and it really helped his game compared to now NBA. He has to adjust to the coach now saying, "Hey, I don't trust you to be my leader on the court. I don't trust you to be the team player now. I just want you to do anything else."
Yeah,
Like
because
you can agree to that.
What you just
I
added more
just
X
added
box?
SMG.
Yeah, I
he's
see
too
it.
fast paced though, bro. That's I mean, his mind, like Lonzo's mind, niggas going 100 miles an hour.
I'm bust your ass in this UFC. Pause.
Yeah, who's the new guy here? Because you need to
You know what I
drop
mean?
your point on this one.
Yo, what's good, yo?
What's good, bro? What's good? What's your
Yo,
thoughts on this?
what
We're
y'all
talking about
talking
Lonzo's
about?
game. We're talking about Lonzo's game. What
Man, I
offense
love
suits his
Lonzo's
style?
game. I feel like y'all making good points talking about how his offense, like how his first year on the Lakers, he averaged 7 assists and
Like
7 rebounds because the offense was catered to his play style. But
exactly.
like,
No, it's like that's not my point. It's his Lonzo's trash point. He was actually making a lot of great points. So I'm just
but like,
he was the one saying that. He said the offense is tailored to him. I just added to it and said that the thing with Lonzo is that with the UCLA situation is that he has been given the green light and he has to adjust to NBA and he's finding a hard time adjusting to a situation where he's not given the green light. Unlike his little brother who has been used to it from Lithuania. Like and that's the one honest thing I've ever seen from Lonzo Stress. Like yes, he said that. Because hit the nail in the coffin. Like, what do you think is? I don't know. Is this SMG?
I've said that before, but it's probably the first time I've said that.
Like,
Yo,
yo, you good? You good?
yo, Lonzo.
You might need to get a test.
Nah, I'm
You might
smoking
need
an L, man. Smoking some gas, man.
Yeah. Don't worry, bro. Just get better, man. Like that shit you're on.
Nah,
Like,
but like, yo, but for real though, the Lonzo has to be. His mind is just fast paced, man. It's like
yeah, that
he has
nigga
to
needs to
slow
slow down a
down
little.
his thought process a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's too hard for him because he's been playing like that his whole life. That his father fucking implemented that offense for him, yo, and then that shit. Nobody ever seen no shit like that. Niggas are playing full court trap the whole game. Nobody's ever seen that. You feel me?
well, that's the thing. He's very
And
out of the ordinary. That's the thing with
yeah,
him.
man.
It did help them because you saw him be more athletic when he was in LA when the offense was catered to him. And then
Physically, he has no question. Physically, I mean, he's as good as an athlete as anybody in the league, especially point guard. Nigga. I mean,
he's just a confusing player because I watched him
probably
from
the
the start.
best athlete at the point guard position. I mean, top 5 at least athlete.
Yeah, most athletic guard in the league. Yeah, he has to be up there.
Point guard, he's up there.
Wait, so like Lonzo's trash. I got a question for you. Like, so like, how do you like what do you like about Lonzo's game? Like, that's my question to you. Like, what do you like about his game?
Exactly. Like I want to know that too.
His passion. That's it.
His
So you don't
passing.
like his defense and all
He was
that?
just. I like his defense a little bit, man.
Okay.
So like, all right,
His
and tell me.
passing, but But the problem is, yo, he hasn't translated. He hasn't learned how to. I mean,
I
put in
mean,
work
but
in the league yet.
you seen this
For
Yeah.
season.
consistent work. I mean,
You
so
seen you seen this season. Stan Van Gundy. He kind of developed Lonzo a half court offense because now Lonzo has a half court offense. His first 2 years, he nigga didn't have no half court offense in his game. But Stan Van Gundy slowed the team down. It kind of benefited Lonzo just a little because he got a half court offense now. So it doesn't matter what team he goes to, he's gonna thrive in a half court offense because usually he thrives in a fast break.
Fast paced running gun
Yeah,
system.
but now he can
So
slow down his game and actually take his time and create his own shots
so
because he
yeah,
knows the
Lonzo's trash. I
spots.
got another
that's
question
the
for you.
question. Can he
I got
can he
another
do that?
question for you.
That's a big question.
Can he
I got
control
another
offense
question for
good?
you. I got another question for you. Can you analyze Lonzo in the way to describe his pros and cons? Basically, what are strengths and weaknesses that he's good at and needs to work on?
Yeah.
We need to know that.
Like, what's his pros and cons in your opinion?
Offensively,
Yeah.
All sides of the ball.
offensively, yo, I think offensively his whole game needs to improve. There's no pros to his game offensively. Period. Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking
None.
cons. What about cons?
Cons. Indecisiveness. Not a leader. Not
I
good in
can
the
agree
mid
with
range.
decisiveness. I can agree with decisiveness. He does make terrible
Indecisiveness.
decisions at times, so I can agree with this
Right.
decision. hmm
He plays too fast.
Okay, I can disagree.
And
That's what he's used to.
he's
And
throwing,
he needs to
he's
change
throwing,
that.
dude, there'll be a player 2 feet away from this nigga, and he's throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at his face.
Yeah, he
Like niggas is, I mean, like how many times does that happen? I know you've seen it.
yeah, I've seen that. He needs to
Like
change
Lonzo
that.
will get the ball, nigga. Like he'll get the ball, he won't even look at who he's passing to. You know what I mean? The nigga won't even the nigga will get startled when he catches the ball. You feel me?
Or pass inside, or have a shot in the
Yeah.
paint and then pass it up. It happens.
Yeah, the dude, the person getting the pass from him is like startled.
All right, so I got another
Because the shit's
question
coming
for
out
you.
of nowhere,
No,
dog.
continue.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
That
Continue.
shit's coming out of
continue,
nowhere, bro.
continue.
Next con, because we're gonna talk
question.
defense.
Yeah, that's all three. No, his defense is on point. I mean, you can't really complain about him defensively. It's just
So
offense,
only
though.
offense is the
Defensively,
issue.
he's good. Yeah, only offense is the issue.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so
All right,
so
all
like,
right,
what do
SMG,
you
go ahead.
what do
Him
you
breaking
think,
people
like-
off the dribble. He's gonna have to stop breaking people off the dribble.
Mhm.
He needs that strength. You feel me?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we all agree
I
with that.
understand. I understand.
He needs
We all
some
agree to that.
and he needs patience in the mid range. When he hits the mid range and the double comes, he just passes automatically. Sometimes they fake the double, and all they do is they just faking the double. Because once they know, they already know once he drives, this nigga's gonna kick it. So all I gotta do is fake the double team. I put one step towards him, he's gonna kick it.
That shit really pisses. You just said one thing that pisses me off about Lonzo, man. He would have a wide open mid range or a wide open floater in the paint, and then he would just pass up a wide open shot. That shit pisses me off.
All right, and Lonzo Charles, what do you think? Like Lonzo's gonna how do you think he's gonna do next year? Like on teams other than the Pelicans, do you think he's just gonna downgrade as a player? Or you think he's gonna get better or be a different player? Because I heard you on the screen saying him Zion and Bi needs to come up together, which I agree. Because we've seen it from Westbrook, Harden, and KD. We see all them now. So.
What's best for him right now? But the number one scenario, his best case scenario, is he goes to New Orleans. Number two, he goes to a veteran team, contender, and plays a backup role.
But why the
So
backup?
Those are the two options for him. His best options.
He's trying to develop.
Hold on.
Because y'all gotta understand, if he goes to the Bulls, they have nobody around him.
SMG,
What are they gonna do?
He has a point here. Because think about
You feel me?
Think about it. I asked him because in terms of like leadership, Lonzo will learn leadership in a veteran-led team. But I think us as fans, we also look at it as a sense of, well, he needs to develop his legacy. That's why, because I'm looking at teams that's on the options on the table right now. If the Warriors are on the table, for sure, go ahead. Warriors get it.
No, bro. I don't want to.
But if they're not on the table. That's the thing, Lonzo Trash. The Warriors are not on the table.
You don't know what's on the table, man. You don't know. Where he goes is a mystery. That's like the biggest mystery in the league right now. Where the hell this nigga's gonna sign to? Everybody knows that, bro.
The Warriors is not an option yet.
Nobody has a clue, bro.
That's the thing too.
One day it's the Knicks, it's the Celtics, it's you know what I'm saying, it's the Bulls, it's
Yeah,
Nobody knows where he's gonna go, bro. He needs to stay on the
Yeah,
Pelicans, man.
yeah, man, it's crazy. But yo, listen, yo, we about to get out of here, man. I appreciate you, Trash. Yo, you on the gram?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, follow me on Flight Sports TV. Get in contact with you. We need to. I got something for we could do something in the future.
Alright, bro.
All right, y'all take it easy now. Hit that like,
Easy.
definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV.